And the day has finally arrived. We've been waiting for this for at least a week, but I know we've been working on it for a little bit longer. How are you doing today, Garen? How's your day going? You feeling pretty good?
Well, I had one mishap. I had sent a nice picture of what I was going to wear for this, but that ended up being a disaster.
You ripped your pants, didn't you?
My suit jacket.
Oh.
I spilled something on it as I was putting it on.
You were too excited you couldn't wait to put it on, so you went ahead.
That's right. I was so excited. My team's ready to go. I was thinking about that, some strategies, and ruined my suit jacket. So I'm probably
That's
gonna
okay.
take
That's okay. You were taking notes, yeah. Don't worry, it'll be there next week.
Yeah.
Well, I'm already getting whispers from the team. They're ready to go, so I'm gonna go on ahead and pull us in. Our first dungeon of the day is Necrotic Wake. Is that right?
That is correct. We've got. I think it's a great one to start out with. We're gonna find out how good these teams are. It's a good one to get out of the way because especially on Tyrannical, the first boss and the second boss might cause problems for these guys, but we'll see.
Okay. Well, let's go on and jump in their Discord real quick. So we're gonna go on. I think pull into. What happened? I think Haywire left. Pull into scrap into the first group. So I'm gonna go and start doing that. If you want to jump in.
Sure.
All right. All right, you guys there?
What?
Hey guys.
Hold on.
We're live. What's gone wrong?
Can you send me back?
Well, hold on. Are you ready to start the key, or do you need a few more minutes?
Hold on, let me check the group.
Look at this group. I love it already.
Okay, as you can see, this is already a bad news for me.
No, it's okay. This is the whole point.
His team leader is Scrapclaw, and she's already unprepared, even though we've been sitting here.
We're ready.
All right, so Team Anti, also known as the, what was the Women Empowerment 2021?
The Simpsons.
The what?
No, it's just the Simpsons.
I don't know if I can post that because that might be a copyright thing, but that's okay. You can say it.
Women Empowerment 2021. Go.
Okay.
Win-win.
Scrap, is your team ready? It looks like they are. Okay, so
I'm having Sarah run a ready check real quick.
Okay, cool. So Scrap, what's gonna happen is we're gonna count down in here, and as the Simpsons will do as well. When we hit 0, so we'll go 3, 2, 1, 0. You guys will hit activate on your key, and then the run will start. You guys ready?
Yeah, I think so.
Athena, you're ready?
Gary's ready.
All right.
Haywire wasn't ready.
Yeah, is he back? I don't see him.
Oh yeah, Haywire's not ready. Nor is he in Discord with us.
Oh my goodness, where'd he go?
I lied when I said my group was ready.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, we can tell.
Yeah.
It was the confidence.
Literally the one thing he had to do, and he can't do it. All right, we'll give you a second.
Okay.
Hold on.
We've got some pre-game time here since we're waiting for him. What's your guys' strategy? You guys got you gonna do some big pulls here?
We're not gonna tell you our strategy when Scrapclaw's literally.
All right, hold on. Okay, Scrap, you can go back to your channel for a few seconds. We'll bring you back in a second. All right.
Okay.
All right, there you go.
Cheaters.
Nice.
Our strategy is to kill the bad guys.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay, excellent.
And hope Lithian's not too sleepy to keep us alive.
Now I heard you guys were worried about the spears. Is that right?
No, we got it. We're good.
Okay. All right.
Excellent input from my team here. I have max confidence. That
I don't. I'm actually gonna get on DraftKings right now and make a bet against your team.
Yeah.
I mean, that's fine.
Yeah, they'll be okay.
I'm not concerned.
All right.
Try to we'll learn the fights as we go.
We're gonna jump in the other group for a second, get some feedback from them, and then hopefully by then Haywire will be ready.
We're gonna have fun.
All right. Good.
Coordinated.
All right. Girl group 2021.
Yeah.
What's the strategy here?
Look hot.
Yeah.
Well, I have a route,
Kill
and
shit.
I'm gonna try really hard to follow it.
We just went over the route together. We went over enraging and the spear strategy.
Karen, I'm ready to double down on my bet.
Oh gosh. We're ready. We're gonna have a good time, and it's okay if we lose.
I'm gonna try really hard to not get drunk.
That's okay. No,
I'm gonna try really hard to get drunk.
I've got the correct legendary for the first time ever, so
yeah.
I just
always forget to switch to it.
I just reset all my keybinds, so what could go wrong?
I hope my talents are right.
Bro, I'm in my raid talents, but it's fine.
Well,
it's not gonna matter for a 10.
You guys have 10 times more preparation done than the other team because
I assume so.
They literally just said they're gonna kill things.
Do you see what we look like? We're like literally all on our mounts in a line.
This is coordination at its finest. Oh my god.
It's okay, just kill him.
Not a good start.
Just kill him.
All right.
I was working on my keybinds.
All right. It looks like Haywire's back in the group. So what we're gonna do? We're gonna pull Scrap back in, and we're gonna count it down once you guys kill this. Okay. All right. We'll give you a second to finish it up.
I'll tell the other group what just happened.
All right. Are you all ready? Are you all ready?
We gotta get our mounts again.
Okay. I'm going to go and move Scrap back in. Let's go.
We do need to get back on the unicorn.
All right.
Okay. All right. Haywire, are you ready?
Haywire's ready.
Goodness gracious. Okay. Everyone get your keys up. All right, girl
Otherwise,
group
good.
is ready. Don't hit yes. Don't hit yes just yet.
I gotcha.
Who's putting in the key for the other group?
You got it.
And you got it ready?
Yeah.
All right, Garen, I'll let you have the honors of counting down the very first official inaugural cup.
Oh God.
All right, since you're both here, out of good sportsmanship, good luck to both teams. Do your best, make your team leaders proud, and don't have any embarrassing wipes. But if you do, at least make it entertaining for us.
I
like.
really want to beat the other team. I hope they don't do well.
Okay, well,
I
Scrap can
cannot
hear you say
stress.
that.
Scrap, I cannot stress how much I want you to fail this.
All right, are you ready?
Okay, noted.
Are you ready? Garen, take the countdown.
All right, guys. Prepare
On
to hit your
zero, on
activate
zero.
button. Yep. 3, 2, 1,
Then go. Go.
0.
All right, let's move back to the press box then. All right, the good news is that it looks like it's almost identical timing already to begin with. I'm gonna go on ahead and pull up. I think, yeah. Let's listen to the girl group to start off.
Well, hold on. Before we do this, we have a viewer who's saying trial is dumb.
Oh yeah, we're
It
not.
is dumb.
That as a
Normally,
background.
I'm used to
Yeah,
being
it's
very
very dumb.
melee heavy.
No,
Mortitus, I
it's-
could not agree with you
I'm
more.
not going to start on this right now because obviously this is a personal attack against me, but it's an underrated raid. One day you'll appreciate it, as will everybody, and hopefully Blizzard will bring something back.
Yeah,
that
I
will,
usually try to focus.
kind of.
I'm
Having
gonna
that
say right now.
realization
Oh my
is
God,
so
Auntie, your
fun.
team almost had 3 explosives go off. So for those of you that don't know, the explosives are the little orange orbs that you may see pop up somewhere on the fight. They're there to kind of just cause you guys to stop what you're doing and deal with them. They just take 1 hit and they're dead. But if they don't get killed within, I think it's 4 seconds, they will hit you for 40% of your health.
And I can say with
Shit.
confidence that there's a couple
Well,
people that are running this dungeon that is
we
probably
already,
seeing
like, pretty much
explosive
killed
for
him
the
by
first
the
time in
time.
Shadowlands. That's going to be a concern, especially for the bigger
Oh
packs.
my god,
I
you
know
guys, my
Andy,
weak
he's
orbs
gonna
are
pull
not.
big at some points.
Back.
That's going to be more orbs to hit, and I
Yeah.
don't really see anybody that's going to be able to
I
just kill
believe
those
in
off
you, Az.
naturally as
Yeah.
a
This is
second
just a
habit that
10.
some of us are kind of used to doing.
Well,
I'm
we
way
can already
overgeared
see,
for this.
and we're
You're
actually
gonna
going to
be
switch to
okay.
Auntie's screen because
So am
they
I
are technically
technically,
in the
but
lead. So hold on, let me go and
if
I mean,
this is
I'm-
our-
switch over there. They are
I believe
technically in the
Paul's
lead
the guy,
right
right?
now.
Oh my god, what is he doing?
Oh goodness.
He's attacking the
What do we
gatekeeper.
do now? Just stand top
That's,
the orbs, please.
So yeah,
bold
his
move.
his route is definitely unorthodox, as we can already see, because he skipped one of the packs on the left, which I think you only pull when you're doing the skipping route, which we'll talk about here in a second. But this is definitely a
Yep,
very noisy
explosions,
pack that I can see.
This isn't something you see. Well, again, this is
Just
the
watch
exciting thing
explosions.
about running with people who aren't running Mythic Plus dungeons every day, or
Mhm.
that take a
It
little
feels
bit of a
within.
break, that they're not
Explosion
pushing
behind
on the
within.
high end and are just using the very common routes
Still
that you
alive.
see everyone do. So
Ooh,
it's
this
exciting.
is
This
this
is
is
nothing new.
this is sloppy. This is sloppy.
It's probably not going to end well
Spirit
for
link,
them,
spirit
but we'll
link.
see here.
Oh, I'm dead.
There's explosives everywhere.
Okay, they're down. They're down.
Ah,
Not a good
fuck.
start. Not
Alright,
a
back
good
up.
start. All right, he's still positive though. That's good.
Nope.
Guys, your number one job is to watch for
I-
orbs. That's it. not
Again, you
DPS.
just kind of shake your head and wonder
Mhm.
what is he doing.
I'm
And
I'm
you-
gonna advise to you
Yeah.
on the first
just-
break
it's the
is you
orbs
pull them
killing
together
us.
and you say like, hey,
We just need people
coordination
watching
matters, right? And as we switch over really quick to
We just-
the girls group, we will see that they have already killed their pride and they're about to start
Okay.
the first boss.
Yeah.
All right, Sarah
The
has a
only thing
clean
I can
pull.
hope for is Scrap does not know when to use spears properly, so you never know.
Guys, I
She,
just
she
used
could
a
mess up
potion
anyway.
in
And I'm not worried
combat.
about the trash. I'm
I've
worried about
never
the boss.
done
'Cause
that
it's
before.
tyrannical.
Are you
One
proud of
mistake,
me?
they'll catch right back up.
Yeah, especially on the second boss where I don't know.
What does
Oh
that
goodness, I
mean?
thought they got hit by that. I don't know how many interrupts they're gonna have.
I don't
You know,
know.
do they use the orbs or not?
Right.
So that could be critical.
Oh.
While they're
I'm
going ahead
pulling
and
him
fighting the
back
boss, I'm gonna
towards
go
the
and show
very
some
back.
critical
Sorry,
ads
this
that
is
they need
bad
to
for
keep an eye
ranged
on.
people.
You're fine.
And
We're
I'll
good.
go ahead and switch over real quick. So in the tool here, you will see that right now they're on this boss over here. But where really things can get hairy are the couple packs right here, including this guy right there. Let me get that clicked off. As this guy has a ton of cast
Dude,
items
I'm
being
so-
interrupted.
I'm
And
kind
of
of
course,
shocked by like my DPS.
we then go into
I just think of myself
pulls
as
over
a
here,
tank
like
who
these two
does-
guys that can cleave.
I
Scrap
just think I
always
do 2K
stands
DPS,
in a
but
way
I
that gets
don't.
them cleaved where she can get wiped right there. And then of course there's a whole hair of packs right here that are very challenging to pull.
What
if
you're
not
actually
doing,
meaning
the
is
right
like you're
body
impressed
movement.
with my DPS,
So
right?
ultimately, there's a
As
lot of
90
opportunities I think for the
this
girl
is
group
fucking
to get
insane.
themselves knocked back down, where Auntie could obviously get things pulled back together.
You're
and,
so
and
good.
be in good shape.
I am.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Absolutely.
God
And we
tier.
are just down the first boss for Scrap Claw's group,
Oh,
so
I need these
they're a
two
little bit
blight
ahead.
bags.
But again,
Oh, why
running with Scrap hundreds of times. This
There we go.
upcoming section for her, unless they're going to do something that I haven't seen before, I kind of know what to expect.
Yeah.
I think they're going
Oh,
to try to
explosion?
skip the
Ooh.
big
Oh,
pack with the
nice.
Necromancers, but I think it's going to
I didn't know
backfire
you
on
guys were
them.
going up
Well,
here.
so I'm
sorry.
already watching these polls,
Oh,
and
yeah,
you know,
sorry, this
the
is
one
what I
thing we
meant
talked
to
about was
back.
Sarah. She wants
Yeah.
to make sure she plans everything. She wants to have all the routes mapped out, but she is skipping some of the key mobs that you need for the skip route. So I guess the
can-
question now is, are they skipping?
Yeah, I try to help, but
I can
I'm
say with
a
confidence she
little
probably just
idiot
forgot.
who tab
So,
targets
yeah.
everything.
We'll see if that
So
is the case,
it's
but-
hard. It's hard
That
to
could be
switch to an
critical
explosion in
failure for them
time.
because you'll have the pride. So again, for those who don't know, prides will spawn. They're a
Yeah,
little mob,
it,
and they're the big,
it
you know,
takes the
big
fir-
red
like the
golem.
first, but I
They will spawn at
No,
every
that's
20%
just not how I
of the
stand.
trash that's killed.
everyone get a new
And they give you a
uniforms.
huge boost. It's kind of like having a heroism, which is like 20 to 30%, I think it is. DPS increase.
Embarrassing.
You gotta switch.
But
to
the critical
unicorns,
part
so
is that you
keep
want them for the
calling
boss, because this week is Tyrannical week. And
right.
Tyrannical week means that the bosses
We're
have
doing the
15% more
Necromancer
health,
first.
and they also hit 50%
Okay.
harder. You need to have Prideful for those bosses.
And that's something I'm already concerned about with Anti's route because he is about to. He just pulled 2 groups in one. Of course, there were some little guys into that, but so it won't matter.
That's
But
alright. I'm getting
for them to
explosives.
already be at 26 and they haven't even finished this pack, they're going to be well ahead. And
Yeah.
he's already said that
Yeah.
he does not plan to use invisibility potions.
Mhm.
I don't know
Sorry,
why,
I might
but he's
bunch
going to get
them all.
early pride potentially twice that they won't
Yep,
be able to
yep,
use
yep.
for bosses. If that's the
Interrupt these drain
case,
fluids, guys.
you're not going to have it for the second boss, who we know on Tyrannical is a nightmare, and you're not going to have it on
Good
the
job,
third
good job.
boss, which again, if you don't have the DPS, you're going
Okay.
to waste valuable time
That's
by
up,
not
let's
getting him
cruise.
down before he escapes.
So I think the critical question is then, is it going to be more punishing if they, for example, Sarah forgets
group
to
on the
get
left
mobs,
first.
they go to the last two bosses without Prideful, and
Drain
possibly
fluids,
without
but we're not
Heroism
going
if
to
they
see it
don't do it
anymore for a
correctly.
while until the second area.
Versus,
Here, it's important not to let
hold on,
Necro
I'm
Bolts get
seeing,
off.
okay, never mind, they're doing the right
This
pull.
is the scrap claw pull, so I'm
The
going to
Necrotic
let him
bolts
watch
and
this
burn
one.
men.
So
Yeah.
Cannot
yeah.
get off.
Let's go ahead and
let's see if
switch
she
back
takes
over.
the hit.
Let's see what's going on here. So she normally gets cleaved. Right now she is standing in safe distance.
She's already been hit by 2 things, so we're doing well.
Oh goodness.
She is just driving or
Yeah,
running
yeah,
all over the place
sorry.
here. So no, she survived.
Yeah,
That's
and the
a
truth is,
stupid
the,
game.
the thing that I'm worried about though is that mob, the tall one. I can't remember what it's called. It's called the
The big
The
guy.
the
taller the
skeletal
man,
marauder.
the
He
less
usually kills
enraging we need
himself
him
because
to
he has
be.
some sort of spell. It's like a shield that if it doesn't get broken before it
Isn't that true
fires,
for real
he
life,
keeps all
too?
his health, right?
Oh, explosion! Yeah,
That
yeah.
shield did not wipe out his health like it would, and I'm actually seeing Team Anti catching up pretty close right now.
Yeah, I'm noticing that Scrap Call will generally suggest skipping this pack. So for her, I guess they
Oh,
had
we
maybe
got
the
prideful.
DPS to feel
Quick,
confident that they
quick,
could
quick,
just
Oh,
blow
this-
through it, which
this-
is what they've done.
This could be hairy though. Look at that. The
You wanna get
prideful
Narza
spawning
Dog or
way
go
back
to the
there.
home station?
Get Narza
So that's the
down
prideful mob.
first.
That's the one, and actually on its own it hurts.
Yeah.
And as you can
Okay.
see, Scrap gets hit by the
Enrage him
stunning
if you
effect that
can.
it has.
I can't.
Oh, of course. It's gonna happen several times. But I think with this being a
Yeah,
10, they're going to
Thank
be
you,
okay. They're
sorry.
not gonna feel
Yeah.
the pressure. I'm thinking of this as a healer perspective.
just
If
gonna
I was
Okay,
doing
now
this
get the
pool
prideful
whole
down.
with the
night.
necrotic bolts,
Who, me?
as long as the
No,
healers
like,
are,
I'm-
the
we're all
DPS are
saying
interrupting those,
sorry.
it's great. But
I
no
know.
DPS there
Yeah, because
might
you're
not
doing
be
it
happening. So
polite.
with that and the pulsing from the
sorry.
pride, it can
Yeah.
get nasty.
I'm
But I think they're
Canadian,
gonna pull
okay?
through
Leave
here
me alone.
just fine.
I agree.
And Lithium's group looks like they're catching up as well.
Yep. Yeah, let's go ahead and actually take
What?
back. We kind of cut them short for a second. Let's go and take a look at it again. I think they just killed their pride, and now they're killing that marauder that has that cleave. And again, if they let its shield get destroyed, he will take a huge damage loss. But of course, they luckily got it. But if they let his fear go
Watch
off,
the orbs, watch the orbs.
that's what, 3 seconds, 4 seconds of lost DPS as well.
Kill the sorcerer next, please.
Yeah.
It's actually
All right,
surprising though.
continue
It's a
from the
stark
marauder.
difference between Anti's leading this group 100%.
All right.
Whereas
This
you
one
can
is
hear in the
nasty.
girl group that they're actually
Yeah.
they're communicating
All
well
right.
together.
Well, that's one
Kill
thing.
the bone
That's one
carver.
advantage that this team, the girl group, has. Sarah and Scrap, we have run dungeons many times together, so they kind of know how to play. The
Don't stand
one
in these
thing
green
that
balls.
there will be a better advantage of for Scrap in that, we always talk about her getting skipped. She kind of knows when to call for Bob. I've trained her to
Yeah.
kind of know
Yeah.
that she has that option. So it
She's
kind of
got
backfires
the-
on me
the
for teaching her
orb
that,
she's
but at
carrying.
the same time, it's really going to help that group push ahead here and not worry about dying to something silly.
We're gonna
Well,
move.
so that's the thing,
Move
right?
while we
Because
fight
they're going to
these.
go upstairs here in a bit, and there's a lot of opportunities for bops, not
Yep,
only for
someone grab
when
the
they
spear.
have
We're
the
not gonna use it
fixation.
till Stitch Flesh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Look, they're talking their spear strategy. So real quick, while they're talking that strategy, let me go ahead, and show you
I want
guys,
you guys to
what that
interrupt
spear
us
strategy is
now.
all about.
Interrupts on X.
So
Sorry.
in this instance, there are 3 areas where there's a spear. There's one
Everybody
right
on
here,
Skull.
right? One
Oops,
right
oops,
here,
oops,
which
sorry about
if
that.
you're not careful, you can actually pull this pack right here. And then there's one more right here. These spears are critical to being able to DPS either the bosses, which you'll probably use for this week, or on a fortified
Orbs
week
up,
where the
orbs up.
mobs, all these trash packs are empowered. when you have a really big pool, you might want to use it on them. It just depends on how you decide your strategy. But it looks like Anti has a plan formulated for what he wants to do there.
We're gonna go to the
I don't know
right.
what the girl group is planning because it doesn't seem. Oh, Anti's got a route up.
Sorry, I'm just watching
Let's
the
look at
route.
that.
Oh
Real
no,
quick,
once
see
we
if
pull
can
this
get
right here, come back, guys. Come back, guys. Pull this right here as part of the MDT route.
I'm looking at their group and I'm curious actually.
Kill the Necromancer?
One thing that
Look at
we
this.
didn't touch on was who in their group is a Kyrian.
Orbs up.
Do they have one? Because I know Anti's a Necrolord. So if they're going for the robot, I hope
Haywire
they
is.
have
Haywire
someone-
Is. I know Haywire is.
Perfect.
Yep.
Is he? I thought he was a Night Fae.
Watch
No.
that.
I have
stand.
rarely
Oh no,
seen-
you're right. You're right. He is Night Fae. Sorry, the blue and
Yeah,
the blue.
'cause
It's all the same.
Do
right?
not aggro
right.
that bone guy, please.
So this is interesting. I mean, if they have a
Yes, we're
robot, this
supposed
will
to.
help.
No, we're
But if
not
they're getting the
supposed
Pride
to.
now
Ooh,
just to
alright.
blow through the trash, again, they're gonna miss it for the second. They're gonna not have it for the strong. I think the biggest issue.
Posting
boss
on
in
me.
here.
Watch for the
Can we
orbs,
call out?
please.
So okay, so they're both at 60% health, but look how farther ahead girl group is in the actual dungeon.
Don't move.
And I got the question for Annie if I could. What trash is he planning on skipping, or else is he going to just go over? Like he might be 140% by the end of it.
Cruising.
They tried to do some kind of skip here on the girl group, but I think with the Pride buff, it saved them from a potential wipe.
Look at that.
So
That's explosive
good-
about to go
good-
off.
good for them.
Went off.
Yep. Okay, they need to die here, but I think they're gonna be
Wait,
safe.
pull this middle
Look-
group. We
Yeah,
do.
so there's
Alright,
his
I'm gonna
route.
pull
You
this
can
middle
see he's
group,
got
kill
the
casters,
MDT
please. I'll
route.
stay on
I'm
the big
pretty
guy.
sure. All right,
Oh,
the
big
girl
roll.
group
Alright, big
survived,
roll. Here we go.
One
and
thing
Scrap's
with-
grabbing the orb.
With Necrotic Wake, one thing I'm seeing here is this isn't a dungeon where you want to
Yep, explosives are going
get
off
as
like
much
crazy.
trash as you can early. You have the whole
Stay on top of him.
second
Get him,
part
get
of the
him.
dungeon,
Explosives.
which you can't skip anything. You have to pull,
Perfect.
or it's
Good
going to
job,
pull
guys.
for you. So to
Yep, I like
maximize
it
your
off.
pride
I'm fine,
early,
though.
it's just not going to help. It's going to be a waste of
Perfect,
time
great
because you're going
pull.
to be way
Good
maxed out of
job.
enemy forces. So
Yep.
it's a
Cruising.
waste of
We
time,
use the
but
prideful,
maybe
huh?
they have something planned here. We'll just have to kind of wait and see.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we're looking
No,
at 72.
We're not.
They're not
killing this
upstairs.
Bonemender.
I don't remember the exact percentage
I'm
they
going over the
need when
polar
they're
up.
upstairs, but
it's
maybe
it's
this will help
We are
them.
supposed to pull this group to the
68.2 to go
left.
upstairs. So
Oh, then both-
yeah.
Okay, well then
Same thing as
they should
before. I
be
want you guys
fine.
on the casters. I will.
maybe
Well-
the
I will
1%
make
that
sure the middle guys
scraps
on the
ahead
casters.
or behind won't help them.
I'm seeing Anti on the screen. Oh,
Get on
he's
that
pulling
Bonemender.
more. Wow. Okay,
I
so
have no clue what he's doing.
he's at like 75% right now, and actually
Orbs,
after this
orbs.
pull, they might be at 80% where they have the other prideful pop out. So again, I'm gonna give you the advice on the next break. You say, hey guys, slow down. Make sure you know your route because this could cost them.
I think
Let's
this
go. Full
is
mana.
going to cost them. This is a +10. This is the good.
Yeah.
This is just the filling out round where they're going to see what they're doing and how their team coordinates together. I think this is something they're going to have to work on as well. They're going to be comfortable after this run. Hopefully, they can
Yeah.
kind of nail down a route for the next because
Good
depending on the
DPS, good
dungeon,
DPS.
they're
Let's keep
going to
cruising.
need it.
We're
Unless
gonna
it's one
take
of the
that
dungeons
second,
where it's
that
just
room
a
up top.
straight
We're gonna
shot
take
through.
very carefully. That's the room we went earlier. tonight.
And if we go and switch back over to the girl group, we'll see that they are just about done with the second boss. About 20% left.
Yeah, this would be my issue in here, but again, with this being a +10, I
Oh.
don't think it's going to be a problem yet. It's going to be
Oh my
a 13
God.
or 14
That
was
when
so,
this guy
like,
actually starts giving them
stressful.
trouble on Tyrannical Week.
Yeah,
But for
that's
this,
none of my
I think they have it way overgeared, and they're doing just fine.
Yeah.
They are. We just beat the
No,
boss.
don't tell us.
Oh, they're trying to stream snipe them
Oh, yeah,
right
they're
now.
not. They're not ahead of us. We're ahead.
Who's
They
turning
haven't
what?
beat the boss.
They're trying to
yet.
stream snipe the other group to see how far ahead they are. Oh,
I think
okay.
Yeah,
Andy
they're
just
still working
died.
on ads.
So
They
Oh
get
no!
us so
What?
prideful.
Let's switch over. Let's watch.
yeah, the second
What happened?
dead. So that is very.
Oh,
unfortunate.
no.
Just die, just die.
Yeah, he's
I
telling them to die
don't know what
quickly.
happened here,
Release my
but
back.
this is not good.
Does
This
anybody
is
Oh,
the
else have
second
hand on
time I
watch
think that they've
percentages?
wiped potentially due to an explosive
Yeah.
and overpulling. So
Goodness gracious.
Somebody else.
I think Anti's going to have to suck it up and
It's fine,
give
let's go
Scrap
to
some
the-
compliments after this first
Yeah,
dungeon
he
because
won't.
I just
He
don't see
won't.
them pulling
He
ahead.
won't. He'll be upset. But again, I think it'll fuel him to want to come back in the second round if
Orbs are what's killing
if
us
all
still.
things
Like,
go
it's not
perfectly
even
well
the
for the
pulls,
girl
it's
group
the
to
orbs.
finish up this run.
3 orbs got off again.
I hope so. And if anybody is curious about the experience
Right,
levels
the
of
bigger
these
the pull, the
people,
more the
we have a
orbs.
mixed bag
Yeah,
here. There
right.
are several Keystone Masters. There are some people who are just on the edge of getting it. And then there's also
This was
people
any
like
other week,
Lithian,
we'd be
who
just
actually
obliterating
needs this Necrotic Wake timed so that he can get his achievement for
Just
Oh,
remember,
is this
Dar, all you
it?
have to do
This
tap
is it?
target and Shadowward
this
Pinion.
is the
This
one.
would
He
be-
needs Necrotic
oh,
Wake,
oh,
and
I'm
I
sure
assured
he's-
him
You
that
have to-
he
you
should
have,
be able to get
like,
it tonight.
play
And
title
I don't know
plates
at
up
this
right
point.
and stuff, right?
How much time do they got left? I mean, it looks like it looks like they got 23 minutes
I
left.
know,
Is
I
that
know.
right?
I have
Yeah,
my
21
shot,
minutes.
Like, it's tight end.
No,
Anything
they
that's like
have,
1 dot quick
16
will kill
minutes
it.
left from what I'm seeing.
Well, I see. And I
Pull
mean,
back
again,
Maybe I'm
the-
reading his time. His add-on is
Yeah,
a
no,
little bit
Scraps
different
got
than
20.
mine, so-
Scraps
Watch out for the
Scraps is
monstrosities
saying
when it
22
comes
minutes
out.
left. Yeah, they should be able to
Alright.
time this no matter what. So I think
Yeah.
ultimately, Lithium especially is gonna be very happy. But I think the key part here is
The worst
that
part is we're gonna miss.
they have the
Prideful
DPS. Like
I don't like
Haywire
his
is a
route
Keystone
on these-
Master.
because we missed
He's
it
done
on
his
boss.
he's done plus 17s with us, right?
Yes.
I guess I
So
want
he
to
can
see the spear to
definitely
this
push
guy.
them ahead, and I'm sure there's other people in that group
not a
that
bad
can do
idea.
a phenomenal job as well.
Yeah,
No.
I would agree with that. I think that they're going to have to lean on Haywire's DPS on here because, again, this goes back to the experience
All
thing.
DPS
The
in
problem with
Necromancer?
Girl Group is Scrap and Mighty Midget are both very experienced with these, so they know what they do. Apparently, Mighty Midget is rather
Orbs are
new to
coming
the
out.
game, so
It's
she's
Mighty
still...
Small Person. Okay.
Okay, well,
Somebody
Mighty
go start
Small
PRP,
Person in that
please.
case is I was speaking to her the other day. Apparently, she's only been playing for a few months and has kind of been thrust into the in game here. So for that, she does very well. So
Yeah,
with her and
absolutely.
Scrap as damage, that's more
Remember
than enough
watch
for a
them
plus
breath
10.
and
Rain
then
is there
interrupt
to
necrotic
supplement
bolt.
them
Get
and
those
kind of pick
casters
up
down
anything
first.
that
Yeah,
misses off.
I mean, Scrap alone, Scrap usually will keep up with Haywire as well.
Well, let's not give her too much credit here. We don't want her getting a big head.
No,
at
no
this
spear,
last
no
thing.
spear, no spear.
Okay.
We're saving it for
I'll,
Stitch.
I'll let her team do all the talking for her.
It's an easy boss.
Yeah.
Speaking of
I don't
which,
want
let's go on and jump in and see what's going on in their group. They look to
Okay.
be
That
killing
was
their
bad.
80% pride right now.
That was
And they're
not
stressed out a
helpful.
little bit.
Who, me?
Yeah, you told me.
I know, you were right next to the pack.
I was so disoriented.
I know, but you would have pulled the pack, so I had to pull you away.
Okay.
Oh man, even in their stress, they're having a good time. It sounds like.
Yeah, they're talking. I can't hear them. I'm gonna
You
have to
were
drop
you
down
were
to the
like
channel
standing
to hear
right
them,
here,
but
and the pack
brief
was
second
walking
that
up, and I
did,
was
it
like, oh
sounds
my god,
they're
I don't
just
care if we
doing
get
kinda-
hit, I'll heal
kinda
through
exactly
it.
what they thought they would be
I
doing.
was like,
just
I was
talking
spinning in
nonstop.
circles.
So
Yeah,
Where-
they're
what
having a
is
good time
happening?
laughing. If you want to go and jump in and ask them some questions since they got a lead, maybe we can throw them off a little bit.
Okay, so like, I will tell you guys. Oh,
So how you
I'm
guys
not gonna
doing?
tell you this.
I think we're winning.
Are you?
Hi.
How confident are you that you're winning?
This is going very
Oh,
well, and also sorry,
Is it,
check
if
the
somebody's
stream.
if somebody's stream striping, you gotta stop that. That's not good. That's against the rules. So, of course, it's against the rules. So.
I
Sure.
hated that.
Well, nobody go sneak a look at the other person's stream or their
Okay.
Discord. You guys are well behind. You guys are well behind. You're well behind.
I don't know. Also, did you just see my epic heroic leap of faith on Rain and how disoriented
I
she
did
got?
not. Tell us about that.
Well, the Pats were coming around, and
Oh, so if you guys are watching right here, you'll see the little red arrows come out from
Okay.
we
the
had
mobs.
Prideful, and we had
They're
to
gonna
fight
throw
the Prideful, but then
an
she was
axe of
standing in the
sorts or
Pat's
whatever
way and
at
would
a
have
player,
pulled also
but
the
you can
Pats, so then
direct
I
it at the other
leap
mob
of
and let them
fainter,
intercept
and
it.
then she's like,
This
I
is
was
one of the things that will
disoriented, I
easily
just
kill someone if they
ran
don't
in
get it right.
circles.
And this is also
Excellent.
a
Well,
moment
we're gonna
where
go
Scrap
check on
lost
the
one
other
of
team. You guys lose and stay behind.
Why?
Wow.
All right, good stuff. Good
Oh.
stuff.
So rude.
Did you hear all that? It
Yep.
was kind of
He's
what
so
I
mean.
they're gonna have a great time tonight.
It sounds like they're showboating at this point.
At this point, yeah. So we got a little
Yeah,
bit of
me
cheating
either.
going on, but
So are
we
you.
established that
Yeah.
it's not okay. So
They'll be on camera.
we'll fix it.
It's not like they can't refute it.
We'll if they cheat, I guess we should go ahead and give that to Team Garen and Team
Okay.
Andrews.
We'll put an asterisk on their championship.
Yeah, exactly. So, other than that, they're having a great time. They're totally chill
Oh.
about this. They're making some common mistakes, but apparently Az is fixing it.
I
So
did
not
interrupt-
hide
it's a good chance for her to get some experience in these settings because I know she's been trying to get up there, and this is valuable for her.
Yeah, absolutely. And we actually have some more people joining us on the stream. What's up, Blake? Good to see you tonight. Blake doesn't know World of Warcraft, so again, I might spend some time explaining what's going on in case he has any questions. But
That's very
I'm
important.
getting better.
can I point out, though, we're going to switch back to
Rifles are
Team
last
2
one.
real quick. And they are actually moving a little faster than I
That's
thought they
the
would,
same
given the 2 major wipes.
This pull's
So
gonna
again,
hurt.
I think the
Collector,
DPS might
and
be
the
there for
orbs,
them if they can
obviously.
just
Orb in the
clean
back, orb in the
things
back.
up on the
Thank you.
route. But if you look
Yeah.
at their, I don't know if you can see it on your camera, but they're at,
Toro,
I
if
think,
you ever see drained
92%.
fluids, gotta get interrupted.
If they're not careful with these
They're
next
way
2
ahead.
pulls, if they're not careful with these next 2 pulls, a
Throw
Prideful
flush
could
is
spawn
fine.
in the middle of a 5 or 6 pack of mobs, and that could be a 3rd wipe.
Well, not to be that guy, but they
the
haven't been
collector, I
careful
believe.
at a couple points in
Pulls
this
grip on
dungeon,
the right.
especially with the explosives. So
Yep.
Yeah, we
they're
got
going to get this
flames
Prideful,
there.
and hopefully they can get
Nope,
it down
Prideful's gonna be after
before
this
they
pull,
start
which is
fighting the
perfect. We
next
don't get
2,
them during
because they're
the
just going to
bullshit.
start. And that pull's going to open up with 2 cleavers to the face. So they've got to deal with cleavers, explosives, and
That collector
additionally
down.
Prideful.
He's
So it's
draining,
going to
he's
be a
draining,
messy
he's
pull, but
uninterrupting
we'll see
that.
if Lithian can hold it together here.
All right. It looks like the girl group's about to go on to the third
fine.
boss, so we're gonna switch back over. Now on this boss right here, the
So I'm just
critical key
drinking
factor
mana
of this
right now,
boss is
so
that this
give me a
mob that you
second.
see in front of you, he hooks a player. But if that player points that hook at the boss,
Thank
he'll pull the
God.
boss down, and they
I
can just
know,
try to bring
right?
him
That's
down.
what I'm thinking.
Does she get out of the way? Good, she gets out of the way, and you'll see the hook goes, hits the boss,
Yep.
pulls him down. Now this is a burn phase, and usually they'll use a spear on him. Yep, there's the spear. It was thrown by the warlock, whoever that is. I don't know their name.
Was it?
Oh shit.
Was it thrown? I didn't see.
Oh,
I
maybe not,
could be
no.
lagging just behind, but I
No.
don't think they. I don't think they threw it.
No, it doesn't look like it actually.
No, they absolutely did not throw that spear, and
Yeah.
they should have 3. So,
Ooh.
so they used 1 there, or did they
Oh,
miss
shit.
target and hit the construct?
They might have, yeah.
I think they did, and if that's the case, then it's not. I don't think it's going to make or break this run. I think they're way too ahead for that to happen.
Don't kill the guy.
Hold on, I want to
Who
call
knows?
out the MLG play there by Az.
Good job.
Az
good
that was
job.
good.
knew exactly what she needed to do. So on the second hook, while the boss is down, if you position it correctly, you can immediately pull the boss back down and not have your DPS slow down. It's about, I think, 30
Yeah.
seconds, if I were to guess, on how long the boss is down. And
Hey, if-
your goal
if
is
they
obviously to
asked,
one
we're
phase it, where you
telling
get
them
it
that we
killed
did
within
it,
one
so we wouldn't have to fight
transition.
Pride
Oh,
before
goodness,
this.
Scrap almost dead there.
Yeah.
This is where she'd be
Not
asking for
surprising.
bot. This is where she'd be asking for your bot.
Yep, and she probably got it, or she at least knew to run. That was a great play by Az.
Yeah.
It's very rare that you see that happen.
I saw that.
personally laugh every time she
No!
runs right up just to get chained back down.
Oh
I've only
god, it's
seen it
probably too
happen once.
far. I'm
It's too
sorry.
So
far.
for her to do it in this run is
Yeah.
great timing.
Not only that, but you know,
Oh, they just missed one.
you could. Oh, and now they have 2 on. Okay, this is getting hairy. Now, if they get him back down quickly, he only has, I think, 10% health.
Yeah.
But you can see Az was really pleased with herself. She's very proud that she did it.
I also have it.
They're gonna hook each
Okay.
other here.
You're
so
good,
that's
you're
gonna be-
insane.
No,
maybe
they're
not.
good.
It'll hit
Gotta
one.
get
One
it.
of them's gotta hit
That's
him.
fine.
Right?
All right, 10% left on the boss. Can they clean it up before those mobs really smack the hell out of the tank, Sarah?
I think they can.
Yeah, I
Unfortunately,
think it's gonna be fine.
Sarah
All right.
used her
Yeah!
Defender of Ancient King, so she
Yeah.
was in no
Yeah,
real worry at all.
we're gonna
And
check
she
in
has
on.
bubble as well.
Yeah, we're gonna check in on Team Anti one more time
Good way to
before we
platform,
watch
yeah.
them kill the last boss.
Okay.
Just see how they're doing.
Remember on this last
So
boss.
it looks like.
Do not
it
cleanse
looks like they're about to pull the
until
third
everybody's
boss.
free of the root.
So
No,
if.
They are still in
Oh,
the trash.
okay. 2 more trash
Yeah.
balls. That's right. But if they
Watch
wipe
for
on
orbs,
this
watch
next
for
boss,
orbs.
the last boss, the group girl group, then there's a possibility they could come back. I mean, let's not count them out entirely yet.
Nope.
Yeah. I don't know. I think this one's over.
Yeah,
Unless
we'll see.
Yep. And
again,
boss.
the experience factor is going to help with at least Scrap Claw, because if they get lucky, she'll get. And she's pretty good at that. And from what I've
Just
seen,
run in a circle too around
Mighty's
yourself.
pretty good
works.
at it as well. So I think this run is done, at least for round 1. Girl group is unfortunately going to take
That's
this
what I do.
Yeah, let's just keep an eye on them. We got them on this big screen here, watching them kill the 4th and final boss. Excuse me. This boss is pretty easy.
Yeah.
I think it just hits
Sorry.
hard, so maybe a
Yeah.
little
Okay.
stressful for the healer themselves. But
The-
there's some key
for the
things you
final
want to keep
boss-
an eye on.
Yep.
Yeah, for the final
You
boss, as
got
far
it.
as a healing perspective, the tanks, with it being purely magical damage, some tanks can take that a little bit
Yeah.
better than others. I know recently Demon Hunters had a special passive that they took more
Okay,
or
everyone
less
out for
damage
me?
than magic than they do
Good.
physical. But
Sensed.
for
Okay.
paladins and warriors, sometimes it gets a little bit
Oh,
troublesome.
no.
But I think they're going to be okay with the 10. And again,
Oh, of course.
Sarah outgears a 10, so
Yeah.
she'll be
Yeah.
she'll be quite all right.
And if they saved any of their spears for this part too.
Yeah.
So just so everyone knows that's watching right
Good
now, Scrap has been taken down to the transition phase. It's a one-person part of the fight. But ideally, what you're supposed to do is run to the end of this corridor
Oh,
without
I
getting hit by any of the
misdirected there,
blizzards.
sorry.
Kill this mob.
Got
Once you
it.
do so, you'll be
Is it
freeing the
like-
Kieran over
Is
there,
it
who
like
will take you back
full
up to
with
the
damage
fight.
reduction, or is it just
Obviously, the
less
longer you spend
damage?
down here, the more problematic it's going to be for when you get back up, because you have a debuff on you.
Okay.
And you'll see here, Scrap's going to drop it here in a second, where you'll drop essentially Ring of Frost, and if it takes up too much of the room, you're going to be in trouble. So she puts it in the corner here. She waits till 3, 2, 1. There, it's dropped, and she's getting back into the fight after transitioning.
To her credit, while she was down in that intermission phase, I watched
When
the
I was
boss's hit
healing
points.
the other
They
night, I
weren't
had no
really
idea
going
that I
down,
had to
so that's a testament to how
that.
much damage she can
So
actually
I
output.
stuck
when she's
myself in
available,
it for
but
like
Yeah.
the whole
that
time.
hurt him a little bit, but again, they're way too ahead for it to matter at this
Yeah,
point.
no, like I mean, they're under 10%. There's nothing in sight that looks like it's going to be scary. I
No,
think
unless they stand in a comet storm, they're safe, and they've taken this first round.
I think you're right. We're gonna watch it right here. The official confirmation. They had 12 minutes,
I don't-
37
I-
seconds to
let's go.
spare.
It's not on
Let's
the
go get
route
more.
though.
All right, why don't you go and jump
Pop
in the
in.
channel with them and
Popping
chat with them
embarrassing.
while we finish up watching Team Anti.
I don't know. And,
They're heading to
and
the
I
final
swear
boss,
to
so
God,
even
I
with
did it
2
right,
wipes,
and
they
Mythic
almost
Dungeons
caught
will
up.
say
Oh,
it's
they
like
didn't have enough
110%.
trash though. Look at this. Okay, hold on. They're just trying to find someone. Not that it
I
doesn't
don't know,
matter,
grab
but
I'm grabbing the gatekeeper too.
I figured they were behind. I knew
Yeah.
I kind of knew they were until we discussed the percentage, but
I was wondering
I
why
had
the
made
clock
the
didn't
comment they
stop.
were 1% behind, but they're gonna need one guy. Hopefully they just go wild and pull everything in the dungeon.
There we go.
And,
Yep. Yep. Let's go on and back.
Oh,
We'll split screen it. Watch it here. We still got girl group. Okay, no, they're done. All right, girl group is officially finished their run.
Right?
All
With
right,
probably
I'll
with
hop
probably
in
about
and have a
3
chat.
seconds. Yeah,
Okay.
probably with 3 seconds spare. So go on and jump in and talk to them.
Right?
You know,
I don't know why.
I'm sure they're very proud of their achievement.
Ladies,
I think.
you guys-
Hi. Did we win?
well,
Guys, we gotta kill this prideful before it kills us.
I had made the
Uh,
comment.
We
You
can
guys
just
have already
leave.
won, so we're interviewing you at
can't.
this point. You can.
We can't leave without loot.
Yeah, you can go get your prize.
While we're waiting
Let
for
us know
them.
what key you have.
Team Anti.
As far
who
as
is
your
the,
route,
we had
team on
Prideful
your
is
left.
fucking us up.
Still
We had
finishing
made
up
the
that
comment
fourth
that
boss.
you guys
Again,
were
probably
not-
about a
you
3
didn't have
minute
enough percentage. We
lag
kind of
behind.
identified that before you went on the third.
But
or
I think
to the
considering the
third
fact that
boss.
they've wiped
I
twice,
noticed it
this is something they
too.
could easily fix, especially with a good route in
I
the
don't
next
know.
run.
I
In
did the route,
fact,
right?
Let me jump in real
Oh
quick.
God, I think we. No, I think what happened is I think we pulled a little extra on accident in the first platform, and we thought it was the pack we were supposed to pull, but it was a different pack.
That's okay.
So I
mean, it turned
assumed
out
that we
fine.
had gotten them. Yeah, it turned out
Answer.
totally
I
fine.
got Plaguefall.
Oh,
Okay.
Plaguefall.
Well, the second group should also get, as long as everything works well, then the second group should get Plaguefall.
How are they
We'll-
doing? All or are they good?
They're don't worry about them. They're okay. They're okay.
Did we
We're here to talk about you. As
Did
far
we
as
win
your
yet?
as far as your run,
Oh.
what are you guys feeling now? Are you feeling confident with one win in the bank, or
Yeah,
was there
that
some stuff you guys got to work on?
There's
this group is
nothing that
stupid.
didn't work correctly. The explosives, we're on point. Fucking D and raging, on point. The teamwork, the friendship, it was perfect.
Okay.
Like how
That's
respectful we are.
We're
We even had,
We're
you
just
know,
out
like,
here apologizing to each other.
Yeah,
I'm so
constantly.
sorry a lot.
As
Well,
I
something-
saw you do that hook the second time around, you were so proud as you should have been because that was an MLG play.
Dude, dude, it was like
yeah.
that could have
Right?
been a really messy third boss because like we had like 2 guys up at the same time and stuff, but like we fucking handled it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, team 1 has officially finished now. About
Does
3-4
anyone
minutes
want the
behind.
ring?
That's good. That means it wasn't a blowout. They were pretty close behind us.
Yeah, and they plus
had
2
some
it still.
issues. They had some issues, but we both got. Let's see. We're gonna check with our key now. See if we're on our way to Plaguefall, and if
I
that's
hope
the case,
not.
you guys could
Oh,
start heading that way.
Plaguefall.
All right. At this
I'm
point,
gonna go ahead and hop in too.
well, what I'm going to do right
Can
now
we
is
do
I'm
an
going to
11 though, not the 12.
we'll talk about it in 1 second. What we're going to do since round 1 is already done, I'm going to go and put us on a break while we get organized for round 2. We will be back in about 5 minutes. All right, we are back, and Garen, I think you have the anti-team, Team Anti, to talk about their loss. What happened there?
Explosive orbs suck. They put a group together of 5 players that don't know the routes very well and are criticizing them for not knowing the routes well. It's
And
just
we
how
got
it
a
goes.
prideful-
Our main
prideful
critique was our route when they put a group together of 5 people that don't know the routes perfectly. Quite
Okay.
the
Okay. So we did notice as you guys were you caught up at least at near the end. Like if they
Uh-huh.
would have had one mistake, you would have caught up. So damage isn't the issue. For
we
the
know
other
damage is the
side,
issue.
damage isn't going to be too big of an issue. It's more of a cleaner route. So are you going to clean
No.
that up on your way to the dungeon, or are you already in trouble?
The issue in DOS is going to be the Arden Wield section explosive orbs when there's 16 of them on the map.
Okay.
Also, there's
Okay.
several mechanics. There's not several. There's dozens of mechanics in DOS that require knowing both the trash pulls and the boss mechanics, and we have 2 people in this group that don't know DOS that well, which is going to be problematic. On top of having to make sure, while not knowing mechanics, that they also pay attention to explosive orbs, and also a plus 12 in the first place, along with prideful debuff. So we'll see how it goes.
Lithia, this is going to be the highest key that you've healed. Are you
Yep.
how was healing the 10? Was it I didn't see any problems that you were having other than overpulling, which again, that's not a healer fault. Are you feeling
No,
comfortable with the 12?
there was no healer issue at all.
Okay, there you have it. All right, well then other than pridefuls and explosives and a route, then you guys should be able to take this for the girl group.
It was
'cause
all
they're gonna
Tridorn's fault.
mess up a lot.
The late edition stressed out Tridorn doesn't know his dungeons. You can
All
take
right,
that
well,
to the bank.
that's something to at least consider next time if you have if you join us again, and if Anti is able to form his own group, he can crash course you through the dungeons and the routes, so that way you can be a little bit more prepared.
Okay.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm just trying to make sure I fix an echo here real quick. Give me a second. And as you guys are doing that, go ahead and start making your way.
Just do a dungeon that's just patchwork. And
It sounds fine. I don't know what that's all about. Okay. All right. So, you know, as you're prepping your team, Garen, I'll give you a couple more minutes to make sure you rally them for the win that they need on this next one. I'm going to go on ahead and pull the viewers into just a quick route update on what the other side has and what they can expect
Sure.
to see. So I'll, just
I'll
jump
hang out
back
here and I'll join you in a
I would
minute.
like to
Yep.
point out to the stream, in the MDI, you get to pick the dungeon. You take turns.
No,
This is
no,
not-
no, they ran them. They ran them. You get to see all 3 of them though. That's
You get to see what's coming. You get to.
I'm
the
sorry I
prep.
don't have a tournament realm for
I'm
you to
just
play
saying,
on.
if you had to say, Auntie, what's the absolute worst mythic you want to run tonight with this group? I would have specifically said the other side.
I'm telling you right now, that's how Sarah and Scrap feel. So if you just take your time, you've got the DPS. Hakar, we'll know, I think, after the first boss who's going to win this round. Because if you guys can just make sure you, and I'm not even going to tell you the technique, I'll let Garen do all the talking there. But if you guys know the technique on Hakar, it could be the one that just immediately puts you in the front.
So
I have no idea what you're talking about, so I guess I'm
It's tyrannical week, right? So the bosses are the most challenging part of the other side here, and I'll go and give you a little hint. If you don't kill those ads, Hakar will be extremely challenging.
Well, everybody
Oh,
doesn't
yeah, we all
kill
know that.
ads.
Okay, you say that.
We've seen it done. We've seen it done before. So,
Which one's
Alright.
Hakar? The last boss?
Hakar is he's very first boss.
While you guys sort things out, I'm gonna jump back in to the other Discord. You guys, you
I'll be
join me
right
when you're
back.
ready. All right, y'all. So we're gonna go and just recap real quick what the run looks like for the other side, and we'll do that with the Mythic Dungeon route. Now, so I'm gonna go and clear this out. Again, just to repeat, this is a week where we have raging, which means that the mobs will enrage when they're under 30%. They'll hit for 100% more, so they can absolutely crush. The first 2 pulls of this dungeon will show if people are paying attention. I'm using the wrong screen. So this pull right here and this pull right here, since they have so many mobs and they usually get AoE down together, when they hit that 30%, a tank could easily get one shot. So a tank needs to make sure they're kiting. They need to make sure they're moving a lot to not get hurt by that. But one thing I do think that the girl group will have as an advantage is Sarah's a paladin who can interrupt at range very easily. While Anti can do it as well, he can't do it as easily. A big part of this route also means that we make sure that, and normally what you do is you take the route this way and then you'd go into the first wing where Hakar is, but you're actually on this route going to go this way so that you can get Prideful right here. You kill these 2 ads and then you move back into this realm. And what'll happen is as you jump into this hallway, you'll get your 40%, I can't even draw, 40% Prideful right here before Hakar, which will make a world of a difference on that boss because you can save your Prideful and your Heroism for that pull. Garen, are you back? Is that you?
I'm back. I've given them the rally that they need. I've let
Okay.
Auntie know that his plan of intimidating Scrap Claw and kind of putting her fears in doubt there has backfired. I mentioned during the route I'd seen her do some stuff that I've never seen her do before, which is actually rush out for explosives. I would have loved to see an interrupt meter on that because I think she got quite a bit.
Yeah.
So I think she's in rare form tonight, and it has benefited her team greatly.
I'm just trying to make sure that, because it looks like the girl group, they're still in Stormwind or whatever maybe, so we need to make sure we keep an eye on them. But while we're waiting for them to get all organized, I'll go and keep. So again, as you heard me talk about in the team anti chat, this boss right here, Sakar, he has a very critical part of his fight where he pulls a shield based on all the ads that are left up. So obviously the shield makes it harder to kill him. But also the ads that he spawns when they're up will just AoE pulse a whole bunch of damage. So if one's up, not a big deal. But if they have 2, 3, or 4 up, especially, and we'll try to watch as they're writing it, and we'll see if that can be enough for maybe to Lithian or Az to fall to the stress of. I do believe, honestly, again, Garen, you might agree with me, but I do believe that first boss might be an indication immediately of how things are going to go.
Maybe you never know with Tyrannical Week. You're worried about Hakar. I'm not. I'm actually more worried about Millhouse, the two gnomes.
Yep.
I think on Tyrannical Week, this is a hill check. If they do not hit a laser right, or if they do not Shadow Fury the female gnome, it's going to be a wipe. It's going to be an instant wipe, unless every defensive cooldown is imaginable.
Yep.
I don't know what cooldowns the girl group has that is going to make that not too big of an issue. Lithian has Spirit Link Totem. He has Healing Tide Totem. As she's got Divine Him, it's not going to outheal that damage. So that could be a make or break situation if it gets there.
Let me ask you this. What do you think the odds are that neither team, and maybe both teams, don't clear the key? I mean, can we be sitting here for an hour watching them try to finish this up?
No. I don't think that's going to be an issue. I think we'll at least be able to pull the winning group in ahead of time. They might pull through and surprise us and both get done around the same time.
Yeah.
Again, I'm going to focus more on healing this. It's going to be a battle of the healers and a healing check. And I think Lithian and Az, I don't think they've done a 12 yet. So this is going to be a very good upgrade for them to experience.
Be very interesting.
Yeah.
So let's go on and talk about Millhouse Manastorm real quick. So he's got his wife with him, which her name is Maleficent, right? Or Maleficent.
Maleficent, yes.
Yep. So this is a two-phase fight, and they actually just swap back and forth. But a critical part, and I'm not going to say anything to girl group. I hope you didn't say anything to Auntie. But if they push too hard on Millhouse, a critical part of the fight's going to be missing. Right, so normally he'll just spam Frostbolt. The big thing you have to watch out for is that Summon Power Crystal, because essentially it will buff the boss, and while pulsing AoE, they have to intercept that. That is the real only major concern, because even if they don't drop the stun, all that's happening is he's just getting Frostbolts out, which won't necessarily kill anyone, right? But the other thing he does is something called Diabolical Doom, where essentially he'll have a huge charge up, and every so often you'll see lines being drawn on the floor, and the goal is for the players to draw a line through Millhouse, so that when a stun goes out, he gets hit by it too. Again, pretty straightforward as long as you're paying attention. That's not the hard part of the fight. The real hard part of the fight is when you go on to Maleficent, who is, I guess, his girlfriend or wife. Why is this not working?
That's his wife, dude. You don't keep up with the Millhouse lore. These are two of the most important characters in World of Warcraft.
So she is, and I'm as a tank, I always stress out, and I feel like there's not many fights where I really worry about the healing. But this is definitely one of them. So she does something called Buzzsaw, where she'll just keep hitting the tank 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and apply a bleeding effect. The bleeding effect doesn't hurt that bad, but what happens is every time she applies it, it also increases the next bleeding effect's damage. Right, so Sarah's going to have to be keeping her eye on that, and of course Auntie's going to have to do that. I don't think Anti-Magic Shell drops it for him in case he does need that, lifeline.
No, and again, that's going to be an advantage for Sarah. She's a paladin. If she gets in a sticky situation, she could just bubble and all of her problems are gone, and the boss is going to stay on her. So that's one of the things when we have these groups, it's class advantages like that could technically make the difference if needed. And Buzzsaw is one of those dangerous debuffs that even I, as a holy paladin that can focus very well on tanks, it could hit us out of nowhere. If a tank doesn't have a cooldown up or even just some mitigation up, they could just get Buzzsaw down in a matter of seconds. So they're going to have to keep an eye on that.
It looks like the teams are getting ready, so we'll pull them together here in a second. But just before we go back, we got one more wink that we didn't even get a chance to talk about. This is where a majority of the trash is, right? So this is where the tanks can differ in how they decide to approach it. It is Tyrannical Week, so they're not going to hit us hard, and so they might decide to do more of their trash pulls here. I think I even heard Scrap talk about how she's planning on pulling some Viz routes here. I hope they don't, but we'll see. But
That's
otherwise, yeah.
With explosives, they're going to have to be careful. They cannot go pull every single thing. Because unlike last week, even though it's not fortified, explosives can be just as deadly if somebody pulls way too many adds and you have way too many up.
Absolutely.
That could be a possibility here, and I don't think their team can gather that many in such a short time.
And you know what? We got the third boss. Big thing about the third boss is the Arcane Lightning. If they're not moving around consistently and just getting in different directions as much as possible, that will stack on one person, usually the healer. And I'm sure you can speak to how stressful that can be.
I don't like this fight. This is one of the few fights in this entire expansion that we've had that it's unpredictable. With Arcane Lightning, it probably has a system, it probably knows who to hit, but sometimes I'm looking and I'm stressing out, trying to heal everybody, trying to fight Scrap for which portal that I can jump in and not kill myself.
Yep.
But that Arcane Lightning is going to be nasty on Tyrannical. As a 12, it's still going to hit hard, but I think the healers are going to be able to cover it. It's just they're going to have to manage that and the portals, and if they're not experienced, they're going to run into some trouble.
And we'll save Mazala for the finale as we watch the teams get there. All right, let's go and jump in the Discords. I'll go and grab a girl group if you talk to Auntie and make sure we're ready to pull. And I'll meet you in Auntie's group in just a second.
All right.
Route, maybe?
Girl group, are you guys ready to kick off the next round?
I believe
You believe so?
we're almost ready.
We're almost ready.
All right, how much more time do you need? Because we're about to start the other side, and we got a lot of people who are excited about this one because I think this is gonna be a good run between the both of y'all.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Okay. I
All
think
right.
we're
Well,
fine. We know the route really well, so we'll be
Okay.
good.
How much more time do you guys need?
Sorry, are you good?
We need to. Yeah, I'm good. We just need to get in our line so that we're prepped. You know, like.
Oh, my bad.
I don't feel like we're quite. Yeah. Okay, we're ready.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna go and pull.
Probably check.
Who has the key on this one?
Zari has it.
Whose key is?
Okay. Zari, I'm gonna pull you into group 1 so we can time the countdown. Okay.
Okay.
Here we go.
I don't know what that like. I'm
Well,
sorry, but
I'll explain it. We're gonna go 3, 2, 1, 0. When we say 0, you hit the activate button.
Mighty scoot towards the brain.
All right, but we'll go over it just one more time. We'll go. Here, I'm moving you now. All right.
That's the problem.
Is group 1 ready?
We're gonna go.
All right. So this is Az's key, right?
Ready, check it to be safe.
So Az, if you want to go ahead and make sure you put your key in, but don't hit activate.
correct. That is happening.
Okay, good, perfect. And Auntie, is your team ready to put the key in and not hit activate?
Yeah, my key's in.
Okay, cool. All right. Well, it sounds like we're both ready.
Wait, whose key? No, I'm the one putting the key in, aren't I? DOS 12?
Yep.
Yeah, it's DOS 12.
Do you have that also?
As
Yeah, I
says.
have it too, but you can go ahead.
Oh yeah, I don't give a shit.
I don't care.
You have DOS 12 also?
Yeah, dude. It's popular.
Who wants to lose their key? Because you're going down.
All right, let's do it.
All right,
All right,
Az,
guys, put your keys in.
as soon as I say, or as soon as he says 0, I'm gonna move you back into the girl group. Okay.
0 activate. Got
Yeah,
it.
you're gonna click when he
Yes,
says 0.
boss. Okay.
Still plus 2 the other key.
You did, yeah. No, you guys, I think you'll be okay. Just make sure your pulls are clean. All right. Garen, when you're ready, you can kick us off.
All right, guys. Good luck to both of you. But
All I have to say is girls are cleaner. Just saying.
yeah, that's
We are pretty
debatable.
dirty.
Yeah, that's debatable. 3, 2, 1, 0. Go.
All right. I'm gonna move us back to there we go. Here we go. All right, and yeah, we're within a second. I think it'd be close enough, but we'll go on ahead and listen into Auntie's group real quick. They are already quiet. It sounds like.
All right. All right, it says to pull these groups, so here we go.
Yeah, it's about the same time.
Watch
that
the
we
orbs,
got
watch
very
the
well.
orbs.
I think.
Orbs are out, orbs are out.
I don't know. I think there's already a sense of
Don't
defeat
stand on the
in my
blade
group.
storm, please.
and that's
How does
unfortunate,
Lithium have
but
aggro?
I hope they catch up here,
From
and
what?
we can extend this to a third round.
I agree. I would really. I mean, again, especially if we get
orbs
like
are
a
out.
nice 13 that maybe
I don't want any orbs.
Spires is always a good one. And maybe miss just to see who can burn through it as quickly as possible.
I wish we had health stones, by the way. What a
Yeah,
huge advantage
this would
for
be
them.
good. I think
We have
I
windwalking,
personally
though.
ran this
Ugh.
with Anti
Good
before,
pull,
and
though.
he's still
Mount
kind
up,
of
let's
this is
go.
those patty cakes.
Yeah.
So that could be interesting to see if we can improve on our
Okay, let's
mistakes.
We already have a lead from Team Anti, right? So we'll go and pull them up. They've cleaned up the first trash pack. The other team is still working on theirs. I was really worried that I thought that
All right,
the
Doro, you gotta watch
enrages, because
for,
all these mobs, there's
tornado
6,
on
7
this
of them,
pull.
and they hit like a truck already.
From the big
going ahead and
shadowy
raging
guy,
by
if it's
100%.
pointing at you just like
Yeah.
theater of pain.
I always get scared
If
as a
it gets
healer on
off,
these
it's gonna
2
hurt.
pulls, even on non-fortified weeks, because
And it's gonna
sometimes your
knock you out
tanks are
before.
just
Here it comes right here.
dropping. But we
That's
have
not a tornado, it's a
erupting
beam,
darkness
sorry.
coming out. If somebody gets hit,
Orbs are out.
Yeah.
Orbs
it's
are out.
probably going to end the run already.
Yeah.
But it looks like they dodged it, so they are good.
Yep. All right, looks like okay. So everything's under 30% now, so they're gonna be hitting twice as hard.
I don't care
Let's
about
see
your
if
deeps, I
he,
care about the
he's
orbs
not
getting off.
kiting, which I think is a very dangerous.
I mean, I do care about your
oh
deeps, but-
goodness.
Close one.
Yeah, he
Watch
is,
out, watch
he
out,
is
watch out.
fluctuating up and down. For those of you who can't
Scrap
tell,
has
his
been
health
hit.
is up in the top left.
Scrap was hit by erupting darkness, but because she's a warrior, she's
She
able
could
to
leap
charge
back on.
back in.
Sorry,
So
Lithium, there.
she got lucky on
Knocking
that.
my
If that was anybody else, they
bone
would be
shield
long
off.
gone.
Let's go
real
ahead and
fast.
switch over just to see how their pull's going.
Yelling is fun. Okay, dodge down.
It sounds like Scrap yelled when she went flying, and of course
Oh,
it's a
I'm sure
reasonable
she did.
response.
She was begging for either a life grip or
Also,
something,
letting you
and then
know.
remembered
This
that she
fucking
could fix that
dialogue
problem
is
herself.
covering all my
So
bars.
And the
they're
good,
behind.
They
This is
are.
good. This is a good start for them.
This is something that could really make the
You can
difference.
turn off the
Again, I think the
audio, but
bosses
I
will
don't
be
know
where
how
we
to
really
off
see
Yeah, it's the
what
it's the
truly
little-
happens in
oh,
this, because
shit, I fucked up.
not having fortified
Okay,
this
we're
week
gonna
means
get
that
this-
mobs.
Okay,
they obviously
stay on this platform. I'm gonna
the
try to pull
DPS
him
can make you
back
move
to
faster
this
through it, but I don't
urn.
think they'll be deadly
I'm gonna
enough,
stand
right?
by the
Especially
urn.
since they moved through the first 2, which are the most deadly in my opinion. Although I know you hate this mob right here.
Hey,
He's dangerous.
Yeah,
He's
he
a
is.
dangerous
Once
guy
he
on
starts
fortified.
moving,
I don't know if
cast.
that's
Go.
you have to be careful where you're
Casting?
standing, and also he's just generating
What the hell?
damage,
It's
high
opening, it's
damage
opening,
to the
it's
entire
opening.
group.
Oh my
and
god, I
that's
think
one
it-
thing
okay,
Paladin
there we
lacks
go.
is
You're
really
good.
strong
That was not
AoE
that,
heals.
that
Of
wasn't
course, you have to
perfect
find
because
pull,
we
but
had to pull him backwards, but that was still
generally
solid.
with my groups, we have to coordinate
it wouldn't open.
a different defensive cooldown or 2. But for Az and Lithian, I think they have the tools to withstand it.
Yeah. Hayward's asking in the
pull
chat,
the
does
little
the girl
guys
group have
first.
heroism?
No,
And
because they'll
I
get
believe
prideful.
Scrap went ahead and bought a whole bunch of drums, which obviously it's not as strong as heroism is, but
No pressure.
actually I don't even know. Did
Did you hear
the other
that,
group? I
Pat?
don't
They
think
have
the other
mighty
group.
They have mighty midget.
Well-
He's a hunter, so
Oh, why
Oh
aren't
wait,
they
you're a
using heroism
hunter.
then?
How did I not realize this?
They are literally realizing this as we're
The
watching.
whole time.
Literally, she's like,
The whole
"Wait, you're a
time?
hunter. Why aren't we using your heroism?"
Yeah.
again,
Oh.
this goes into, as I was talking
Okay.
about Mighty Midget, she's ran these dungeons, she's Keystone Master, but sometimes it's an experience thing. You
Yeah.
get in the heat of the moment with some
Yeah.
of these pulls, especially high intense pulls, and you never know
I
what can
got
happen.
red.
I don't blame her here. I don't think
got
you need
red.
heroism on
But
this
they were right
pull.
on Hakar. You kill
They're
ads,
gonna
don't
have
stand
it.
and shit.
If Anti's group gets to the first boss too fast and they don't have it, and Scraps does,
Pull back, just pull back.
that could make the difference right there.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
don't
Anti
want
and
that
group
right now.
are, and we just switched over. They are one prideful ahead, and by that I mean they've killed the prideful long before
Kill
the
that
other team even
explosive,
started
please.
theirs.
Anybody?
So again,
Come on,
yeah, I think you're
guys.
right. This could be a good start. They got the enrage going on that mob.
Alright,
These
we're good.
these mobs hurt like
Now we're
hell
gonna mount
too.
up and go back to.
Yeah, he's calling for the mount up to turn around and go back to
Yep.
the
Yep, we're gonna go back to
Zolgrud
Hakar.
wing or whatever it's called, the Hakar wing. And these mobs up here, while they don't hit hard, I mean the whirlwind does on those warriors or whatever they're called.
oh yeah,
They
that's a
definitely
one shot on fortified.
yeah, especially
we'll
for
talk
Scrap.
about it as we go.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But they are tricky with their interrupts because they can heal, and especially if the Hexer heals, and we'll point him out when we see him. He heals for like in his entire health pool, so it's like as if you just pulled another mob that doesn't even count to your percentage. So this could be a big deal if they don't get it right.
Yeah. One good thing is they both have night
Well,
phase
the
in the
cast, we
group,
can
both
avoid
hunters,
it.
of course, so they'll be able to maximize those urns. It'll just be, we'll see how they decide to do it. Are they going to use it for the devoted so that they do not transform, or are they going to have a plan in mind to just AoE stun them? Scrap will fear hers, and they will run loose and pull everything.
Pull's fucked
So
up, though,
that's
'cause we're
my
not gonna
bet on
get
this.
the,
I hope it happens, but maybe she's learned her lesson.
You know, and I'm thinking about as we
Should we
watch
wait,
AT,
or should
they
we
have a
grab the
lot
bat
of
with it?
utility because they have a monk who can. I mean, granted, it's not Sanguine Week, but still, what is it
alright.
called? The Ring of Peace
Alright,
can be very helpful
alright.
if you want it to be. And of course, as a Death Knight
Yep,
tank,
DPS on the
you've
priest.
got grip that can pull in, and I think he's even got slappy hands too. So
Orbs.
you know, there's a lot of utility in this group
Remember, orbs are
too.
most important priority.
And I still believe, you know, Senior, he's usually pumping DPS in the Rain Knight, so I'm sure he's pumping DPS in these.
Yeah, I've been keeping an eye on the meter. He's keeping up with everybody, and the thing
Yeah,
about him
well,
is he is at 10 levels or so under.
Remember the
Haywire.
ghosts in
Yeah.
So
here?
I
You
think
gotta get away
Haywire's
from
in
her. They
his
will kill
mid
you.
220 somewhere in there, maybe 222, something like that. Senior Pickle's only at 210.
Yeah, and
So
he's
he
beating
does
him right
really
now.
well. Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's either the power of the monks, which is weird because I had heard that monks were just having a class crisis a few weeks ago because they got something fixed, but
Yeah.
it doesn't seem like it affects him at all. So that's great.
Yep. And as we're watching, it looks like they're
down, let's
about,
go.
I'm going to call it 2 pulls up behind right now
Stay away
because
from the
they
ghost.
just started the second pull in this group. And this
Stay
is
away from the
third for
ghost team,
Team
especially
Anti.
you. They'll kill you.
But
Down 12.
I do want to point out, though, I think that the fact that Senior's beating Haywire
Get these
is
devoted
only
down.
going to make him push harder to try to do better. And, maybe it's single target versus AoE. I don't know. We'll see here in a second when we see the bullet boss.
And that's great. They need that. They need to be pushing that and having their own little competition amongst each other to do the most DPS if they can. They have to catch up. They have to win this round or it's over. So little healthy competition never hurts.
I think if Anti and team win this, it will be a huge boost to their confidence.
Do you want them
especially if they get another key that
right
is
there,
going to be
or all the way back?
a key that they're really excited to run.
So okay, gotcha. Don't
Girl
cast
group
anything
is
until they're
having
back with me.
a bad time in this hallway. They've already lost Mighty Midget. Scrap is polymorphed, but I think they just were able to fix it. But it was exactly what I thought.
Oh, but they let the ad. So okay, so this son of a car right here that you see running around.
I'm
he
sorry,
is,
that was totally my fault. You can blame
Scrap
me if we
feared them
lose
off
this one.
exactly as I said. It was stuck in the corner, and
Oh,
I got eyes or
got off.
something's chasing
They're
me.
gonna be fine. It's not fortified.
We need this
really
priest
messy.
down.
It was fortified. They
Well,
would
no,
all
like
be on the
it's
ground right now.
moving.
But for those who are watching, you can see the pulsing that
Yeah,
the
you
sons
gotta
of
get the-
Hakar
I think
do,
the-
and I mean, look, you got explosives going at the same
The
time.
son of Hakar is on me.
Oh, see,
That's a wipe.
there it is.
Sorry,
No, I
sorry,
don't.
sorry.
Sarah will obviously be able to fix it, but it's definitely a wipe. And
Goodness. Oh,
no, and there's an explosive going, so that's
I'm
gonna
not
be it.
wiping,
No,
I'm
no,
fucking
no. All
killing
right. Well, again,
these.
we're still early, and a boss could really mess them
Oh
up. But
my
I
God,
think
I don't think I
Team
did.
That's
Anti.
not good for them.
I think Team Anti definitely have the
I am
DPS
so
to
sorry.
handle
I'm gonna
Hakar.
go ahead and jump
Don't,
into
it's okay.
girl group,
All right.
and kind of make fun of them for that.
Okay,
Oh, no.
everything's reset. Looks like.
Wow, what happened?
I walked
What
into a
happened
pack.
there?
He's definitely trying to
I
push their
Or
butt.
did Scrap happen?
And I'll let
to,
him do it
hear
since we're obviously in
the,
the lead. I'm okay with
The-
it.
Nope,
The
nope, it
priests
was me.
just run when they get low health.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
Everybody, all these mobs run except the guys who whirlwind. They stay to kill you. But
Garen, it was me. I literally ran into a pack while a thing was
okay.
chasing me.
I
I
had-
ran face first.
I had told Frank that when everybody was on their way to this hallway, that Scrap generally will AoE fear, and one will run loose and potentially pull another group. We were covering his group, and I just happened to turn my head, and I saw blood was going off, and I seen one ad in the corner. So I said, "Uh oh, Scrap did what I thought she was gonna do."
No.
Well, we're gonna
Well,
say
you're
she
wrong.
did. We're gonna
No,
say she
you're not.
did, so that way
You
I
were
can
gonna
keep
say
my
she
credibility. Okay, well, good luck. You guys are You're doing well.
Shush.
you're doing well.
Okay,
Definitely
trust
taunting.
anything line
Definitely
exciting. We're
taunting.
line
I don't-
exciting.
Okay.
Get on the wall.
You-
Get on the wall. Get on the wall.
You left the group, and there's a whole bunch of chatter now where they're like, "This is and they're.
Okay, starting.
Yeah,
Oh yeah. They're gonna be
Opening,
fine.
It's
opening.
fucking
They're,
priest.
There you
still
go.
having
this
fun.
fucking priest.
They're not stressed out about it. They have a win on the
Okay.
board, so if anything, they can at least not stress too much about an early wipe
And
because still got a whole dungeon to go.
Yep. We've just switched to Team Anti as they pull Hakar. And so, again, as you guys are watching, Hakar himself, he just, he'll have a big hit here and there against the tank, but it's the little
Kill the
ads that
ads,
come
please.
out
I'll bring them out.
that they have to focus on, especially since Hakar will build a shield based on any of them being alive still, including the players. The players, if they have any
I'll
missing
DPS
health,
on the ads.
he'll be able to build a shield off of that as well.
I didn't get a chance to see this as I was too busy taunting your team, but did they happen to get a prideful for this boss?
Yeah,
or
the polls are clean right now.
Okay, so they have prideful, they have heroism. I don't know
Might
if
not
they
need
used
it
it,
if we-
but if they have that,
I don't know where Anti puts his debuffs.
I don't either.
I'm gonna
This
stay on
is
top of
really
these
weird.
ads.
Oh, I see it right
Uh,
now. Hold on. It's a very hot mess.
I'll get
to
that
make, but
explosive.
okay. Right now okay. Right now Hakar is about 30%, maybe a little under 25%.
Don't stand in shit. Don't stand in shit.
This is where things get really
DPS.
challenging because he'll hit a huge heal buff as they have so many more ads, and a lot of teams can stall very
Good
quickly.
job.
They're feeling pretty confident right now. I think they're under 20% now.
Good job on the explosive.
Oh, I thought for a second they bugged the boss and had to restart it. That would have been
Remember to
devastating.
kill these ads.
That would have been bad. At least in execute range, everybody's life looks good. Everybody's they're doing fine. That's this, but even from my
Good job
perspective
on the
as a healer,
explosives.
by this point in the
Don't stand in
fight,
shit. Don't stand in shit.
I'm sometimes praying that I can get a cooldown up so that I can start healing somebody or getting in
pop heroism,
close
let's get him
melee
down.
range to not pull an ad and to get a Crusader strike off so I can heal.
I don't want to
But
get stuck at this
Lithium's
last
doing a great
20%.
job keeping everybody up,
Yeah,
and they're about to clean this fight up. So it's very, very good start for them.
Yeah, and so just so everyone realizes, we saw them start the
Gotta
fight. They
kill
had
ads
the
or
first
heal for
30% down in a matter of probably 10 seconds, if that. But this last 30% is taking significantly longer.
Yeah, here's the problem. They've been on this phase for a while, and Scraps Group already has them at 50%. They just pulled a
Don't
moment
stand
ago.
shit.
This is going to be potentially a record kill from
Let's
them
get 'em
if
down,
they
let's
don't
get 'em
have any mess
down.
ups.
Yeah. Okay,
Perfect,
Hakar's
let's
dead
go.
for group 1. Let's go and switch over just to see what's going on in group 2.
They're
And
doing well. They
yeah.
are burning this guy down.
Again, remember though, that seems to be the case, and then things start getting out of hand, and they have to stop DPS in the boss. If they can make up probably 10 or 15 seconds here, that could be the difference that gets them back in the game.
He's melting. Are you kidding?
Yeah, they're talking about how he's melting, but again, I think everyone forgets.
Get
This
that the
gets
fuck away
very
from
chaotic.
me. Stop it.
Ooh. That was
Everyone's
a
still
big
alive.
hit. Mighty Midgets
I
just
was
got to
already
take the
running
hits now
away
because I
from
guess they're
you.
too
She's
focused on getting the showdown, but it's not going to matter if they're
yeah.
going to clean this guy up. Again,
Under
I don't
20%.
worry about this boss very much. I know that you don't like him, but for me personally, I don't think I've ever had a the other side run
Get him away now.
finish up or
Take it
just
away, take
completely
it away, take it
lose
away now.
on
No,
this guy.
I think from a pug's perspective, you're always going to be sitting there going, all right, I see the DPS looks good on AoE, but AoE is not single target.
Yeah.
And let's
Yeah,
see,
get
they're
him down.
at 5%. You know, again, well, okay, they're fine.
Look at that DPS.
There we go. They're done, okay.
883 guys.
So we're about,
Oh,
you know, they're
yeah,
not
dude.
even in the second wing. We're actually switched back to Team Anti. But anyways, the point being is that that's my pug killer right there. I definitely could see a pug
Really?
killing.
If I'm
And,
mounted,
you know,
the
don't
game is
get me wrong,
perfect.
the other bosses could absolutely. But I know immediately if that fight's
Oh,
not
I
going
do the
well,
magical intrusion
I'm gonna go
device.
ahead
I
and
was just
say
fucking
I'm out.
around.
Like,
Click at that.
this is just,
Here, I'll
it
click it
only
off
gets
after
harder
this
from
fight.
here kind of thing, you
Or
know?
I can't because we're on the.
Oh,
That's
he's
fair.
hold on. Anti's
wire,
putting the
line of sight,
oh,
line
this
of
could be
sight.
dangerous.
Oh no.
This first arrow.
Okay, Lithian
Come to me,
is
come to me, come to me.
oh no.
Perfect.
Oh, they survived it. Okay, that was
I got
close.
out of a G's. I was just clicking it.
I might be a little bit behind you, but I can already see Anti moving. He has moved the boss in the wrong
Hopefully I
area.
click it off.
Yeah.
And then we're
A little
not
bit
like,
too
should be able
close.
to.
Yeah.
No, I think they're good.
They survived
there you
it.
go.
It was close with Lithian and
Going.
who's the priest? I don't know his name.
Tridor.
Tridor, right?
Yep.
So Tridor and
Gonna get-
Lithian were
yeah, kill those.
you know, eating a couple of those bursts. All right, he's doing a somewhat big pull. Oh no, never mind, it's not.
Sorry.
Just checking the route, making sure everything's okay.
Oh, that was close.
All right. Techniques in the chat right now saying he thinks the boys have got it this round, which would lead to a, as he put it, hilarious third key with
It
upgraded
will.
challenges.
It will, because I don't know where this group stands. Again, other than Haywire, I don't think the other four have even
I'm gonna
touched
grab
4
these other
keys
ones.
yet.
It's
Well,
not
that's not
hurtful.
fair. They've touched at least once, but when they run with like
Watch
me,
for the
you,
orbs.
Yeah.
Scrap Claw, and people that have a lot of
Can
experience,
you line of sight
I
the
don't think
explosive
that kind of
effect?
counts. So if they're doing it all on their own for the first time, it'll be a fun challenge for them.
Well,
Explosive in the
and
back.
so
Oh,
what a
good
lot of people
kill.
don't realize is normally
close.
keys when they upgrade,
I'll
so you go
DPS on
from
the arch,
1 to
please.
2, 2 to 3, it'll jump it by 7% damage, 7% additional health, and you know, just 7% difficulty change. But
Get
when
these
you get to
explosives
12,
down. I
it
got 'em.
takes a 16% jump, so 12 to 13, 13 to 14, or maybe it's
Good job, good
11 to
job.
12, 12 to 13, and then
Alright, let's clean
13 to
this up.
14, 14 to 15 take a 30% jump, right? So it's not going to feel like it's a +2 to them. It's going to feel like it's a +4, maybe even a +5.
Right.
And some things will absolutely one-shot them.
One
So-
thing I want to call out that I'm noticing on Anti's run is
Prideful?
he loves to
Oh,
move.
no, 60 now.
Yes, he does.
So I'm
Jesus.
watching him chase down explosives. That should
Alright, remember, we
never
got a line of sight
be the
haywire.
tank's responsibility unless they're in melee range. He's
I
running around grabbing some.
I
ranged
disagree.
ones.
I disagree. As a tank,
Really?
I always take
Okay.
it because I want my DPS just to burn things. The sooner
sight,
they
line
die, the
sight.
less explosives, right? Now, granted,
That's fair.
as a
but-
paladin though, I have a lot of ranged resources. So like as a
You
DK, yeah, it's a different story.
Yeah, I'm looking at it from the perspective
yeah.
of who do I have in my group that can take those.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, Shadow Word
Kill
Pain
him.
is immediately.
Lithian,
It's,
if you could
it's
go
obviously
click
a
that
dot, but it does tick
engineering
or
thing.
at
Don't
least
wait
an
till these
initial tick
explode,
damage
though.
right away,
so.
so that can cleanse it up. They have what, 10 hit points or something.
Mhm.
So for
Ooh,
Anti to
ooh,
be
ooh,
running
ooh,
around,
ooh. Oh, that was close.
yeah,
Alright,
that was
there you go.
that was scary.
That's how I screwed
know-
up a run the other day.
Or
I
whoever's the
accidentally
engineer,
just
go
wasn't
click
paying
that
attention.
right.
lever. I forget your voices.
But I'm thinking for melee DPS, if they have to move around as well, that can
Or it's
sometimes
temporary,
screw up
isn't
their
it?
rotation, and
Or is
that's
it
losing
permanent?
some damage.
Yep.
Again, but
God,
that
how
goes
did those
back to
things-
this expansion being very melee
Well,
unfriendly.
let's go and find
so
out.
That's a.
In my
Looks like
opinion,
they
that's
also have an
Everybody come on.
engineer as well, so that's
Everybody
Yeah,
come on, we're
good
gonna pull
for
very
them
both
to be able
helpful.
to take the shortcut. This is risky to pull both these guys.
Get up here so you don't
but
get
as
hit by
long
this
as they
thing.
interrupt, they're fine.
I think they'll be okay because I mean, again, Lithian seems like he's in control. He feels confident. You know, like I'm seeing them go off and they're not even getting.
Alright, any
phased by it,
questions
looks
about
like.
Millhouse and
Right.
You
We'll
know,
see the difference maker right up ahead with this first boss or the second boss.
Yeah. Technique's calling out, and I think I
if you
agree with
get
him that the
cursed-
girls are catching up a little bit here. But
If you
again,
get a
it depends on how the prideful
Doom
goes. It
on you,
depends
or
on if
not
anyone
Doom,
gets
if you get a
knocked off
curse on you or something, you gotta bring it to the boss.
the bridge,
DBM will
right?
yell at
There's
you.
a bridge coming up where
During
if you're not careful,
the
you can
first
get
phase, you
thrown
want to
off
stand
of
in
it,
front of
and that will cause a
beams.
death and a
Don't let beams
5-second
hit
deduction,
Millhouse.
which I would argue the girls are probably
Um,
only 20-30 seconds behind.
Kill this guy.
Right.
Come on.
Here we go.
And then when it switches to her, you want to
We'll see how this
defuse all the
goes. I
squirrels that are going to be
personally,
around the
again, thankfully it's not a fortified week because I'm still in fortified week
level.
mentality. I haven't ran a lot of keys this
Those are
week,
the
so
two
I haven't
big
experienced
ones.
tyrannical too much.
Yeah.
I'm thinking last week when
There we
these
go.
little slime balls up
go.
ahead just they spam cast.
They
You
hurt.
don't have enough interrupts
Not a
for them,
lot
and
to
they
it
will add up.
besides just
That damage will
execution.
add up quick. If they're not
Shaman
safe,
uses stun totem right there just to get him knocked out.
good. That's one of my favorite tools
That's a great
in the
one.
game is
Yeah.
capacitor totem. I think
Yeah.
that is why when we were doing our Keystone Master, Scrap kind of questioned why I brought a shaman, and that's why capacitor totem is
Oh, you were right. We
a
crushed
game
this
changer
section.
on
There
trash
wasn't
pulls
even
when you can
close.
stun everything, and you can talent in to make it even a less of a cooldown. So it's very.
Do we want to try to pull him
Yeah.
into the tunnel, or are we just gonna kill him here? I think we should just kill him here.
They are
Yeah,
taking the
it's messy.
prideful, which puts them at 60%
Watch
damage.
out,
Again,
it's on me.
exactly where you want to be on this run. The goal is to have the pridefuls pop up at 40% for Hakar, 60% for the Manstorms, and then of course 100% for the third boss. You won't have a prideful for the last boss.
Right.
And again, we haven't even talked about the way that the last boss works. One of our favorite, I think you agree, one of our favorite bosses for the expansion.
All right.
Right, at least from a
Let's do it
theme
to it.
standpoint. All right, here we go. Let's see if anyone gets hit by the bridge. All right, one's through.
I told you that hair wasn't gonna be a big deal.
Oh, God,
I
that
don't
was
regret
close.
doing that, Carla.
And they're going. Okay, looks like everyone survived it on Team Anti. The girls are still 2 pulls behind. They've got the AoE pack, which again is challenging in and of itself because of the interrupts, and they also have the pride to kill. But Team Anti is going ahead and jumping in the Mana Storms. So again, they will start with Millhouse, who you'll actually see behind on the right. Oh, never mind. He moved over to the left somehow.
I'm
Okay.
gonna focus watching this one because I'm very curious. Again, the lack of experience by some people in the group is going to make this one.
How'd he get over there?
Who can,
And I hate to call it out, but
properly.
Anti tried to pull
Here's
Maleficent,
Crystal, I got it.
and it's impossible to
Oh
do
my
that.
goodness.
So he had his back to Millhouse the entire time.
Great.
There we go.
Yeah,
Two.
may take damage too. I believe it does.
You know, again, they're pushing way too fast. I hope they slow down because he is just getting dropped.
And Anti's
Where are you aggro
taking
from
the stuns. So you just saw their
Someone's
Z
aggro
draw
on
out on the floor.
weird
That's a stun that's supposed to stop
UI
Millhouse
bug.
and give you a little break in all the chaoticness. We'll see another one here. You see the 2 arrows, the red arrows above the people's head. There it draws out. This time he didn't get hit by it, which is good. But it stuns Millhouse. And he
the
drops
laser
his
was hitting him.
anti-magic zone, which I think might have been... Oh, goodness. Are they drawing the line? Doom's going out. That may not have been drawn correctly. Okay, it looks like it's fine.
They got it. Thankfully, they got it. I was really concerned. It looks like maybe Anti called it out.
Look how low their
Yeah.
health is.
Oh my
goodness, they are all at 40%. And
yourself, Darth,
luckily,
again.
there's not much AoE in this group other than the bombs that they need to defuse, of course, which I haven't seen any go out yet. Lithium pro
Let's
play
all
there,
spread
right
out,
there. He
spread
drops the Spirit Link to give him a chance to catch everyone up. And there's some explosive.
that
It looks
explosive
like a
go.
bomb went off. Someone didn't get a bomb. That's a problem.
Like I said, I don't
I'm
think they're going to kill this.
Haywire's dead. Haywire's dead. They're all dead. It's a wipe. That is a wipe. Oh my goodness. All right, we're going to switch over to the girl group and see how they fare, again, on a very challenging boss. So Millhouse is going already. Oh, the girls probably don't even know that they wiped. They might get excited about this. Oh no, Scrap of course getting hit by the stun.
Someone has to get.
I think they're going to be okay. I think the girl group again. This goes into an experience
someone's
factor,
gonna move.
and they have that edge over the other group. When we drafted these groups, of course, obviously it was done by signups, but this happens. This is just how it is. Hopefully, if they run again, they'll have a little bit more experience with the group.
You're
But
good.
if not, sucks for them.
They drew the Xeon Doom perfectly, so that's the transition phase. Millhouse had about 40% health left, which honestly is perfectly fine, given the fact that usually you want to go into not killing Millhouse because you need him for Maleficent's ultimate, which is I think Diabolical Doom or something like that. But
It's the chicken bomb rain.
Yep.
Or the chicken bomb
Wanna
rain.
read
And
again?
squirrels.
We had someone.
Oh shit!
Read.
Read.
Appreciate you. Okay,
Sorry,
Sarah's
I got it.
screaming,
No, it's all
but
good.
seems like she's got
It's
it
all
under
good.
control.
She's got her bubble. I wish we had the same frames that we
explosion
have
right
for
beside.
Anti-Up. I can see
Nice.
their cooldowns, but
Yeah.
I'm not worried about Sarah. She's going to be just fine. It's
Got it.
the coordination of the
Got
final
it.
robot, or Shadow Fury, that's going to make or break this
The
fight.
Shadow
and-
Fury is coming here in a second. There it is. It's going right now. Who has it?
Someone else
It looks
got
like
that?
Scrap has it, and she's in
Hold
position.
on.
Nope, no, never mind. I guess Mighty
They're
had it.
good. They got it.
Okay, so all they got to do is just rinse and repeat here. Millhouse is going to be fairly easy because he's only got 40% health left. And again, Maleficent should be as well because she won't do her Chicken Rain from there.
Right. Yeah, this is this is why we never get confident early in the run. There's no reason.
Line it up.
And in fairness, the third boss, it could be another swap back into the
Oh my gosh, sorry.
It could be. The hallway could be as well, but the advantage that the girls had at least wiping
like
on
halfway.
that trash hallway, that's a short run. They're right outside the door.
Yeah.
Having to run all through the Mechagon section that's going to take a little bit more time from them, and that's time that they really need. But again, if they don't do the second boss correctly this time, I think
You guys
they can
go.
pretty much
You guys
shake it up.
DPS.
Yeah, I agree with you on that because I think it's only gonna again get more challenging with what they need
I got
to
it.
keep an eye
Do
on.
you guys
Good
DPS?
stuff, guys.
All right,
We almost
so
got it.
it looks like boss 2 is down for the girls. We're
almost
going to
easier
switch back to Auntie's group and see how they finish up on that boss. They just started Maleficent, it looks like, and I don't know if they have heroism. It looks like they may have used it, but
Yeah, it's down. So,
Watch for bombs.
but things are looking a little cleaner as far as health goes. You know, Lithians. I think they're not helping him out with any if bombs are going off. Right, those are just the non-negotiable. They have to go down.
and Senior Pickerel did not do the Shadow Fury right, unfortunately. So hopefully they can fix that and identify what you have to do with that, or else Auntie could die to Buzzsaw, or they could die to the Chicken Rain.
Hey, here's another, and oh, does it stay in it? I don't think it did. Oh no, it did. Okay, good.
They got it. Yes, they got that one.
All right.
This is the third one. This is the one that's gonna matter.
Who has it? Who has it? Oh, it looks like okay, good. Mike's
Pickles
getting there.
got it.
Woo! That was close. All right. Now they just got to rinse repeat. And again, Melhouse is at 20 or 35%.
They're gonna clean this up. This isn't at this point with their health ranges where they are. You're not gonna see any more mechanics from the boss, so they're gonna wipe this up pretty cleanly. It's just they've got to push for the next part to catch up.
Lithium seems to have it under control too, so yeah, it shouldn't be too chaotic. I'd actually argue when you go into the second round of it, Melhouse is probably the bigger concern because of all the gems you have to intercept and all that stuff. She's just gonna hit the tank, and as long as you keep the tank up, you're fine. So they should be good.
Well, to be fair, she's only at 40%, so that's a little bit behind compared to what the girl group was. So again, I think that goes with experience to the fight, and that they kind of knew what to do as opposed to some of the gentlemen in this group.
Yeah. All right, 20%. Oh, he's getting low, but he's picked himself back up. See, now if I as a Death Knight, the biggest thing you got to be doing is saving your death strikes for when you drop. They did end up killing it, which is awesome, which means that we still have a race here. But as a Death Knight, especially on that last phase of Maleficent, you want to make sure you save your death strikes for when she puts the 6 dot on, because that's when it hurts the most. All right, we're gonna switch back to the girl group and see how they're doing in the trash leading up to the third boss.
They're doing well. I was hoping. I was kind of doing a little prayer there because I seen the erupting darkness come up. I was really hoping that
Scrap will get thrown off of it.
I think Scrap's on the
God,
there's
the
iron playing to win,
here.
so I don't see her making mistakes. But some of the other ones, you never know. Again,
just too good. We don't
she
need
doesn't
it.
have too much experience. She knows the dungeons, but
It's fine.
sometimes
Okay,
you
we're
forget
fine.
Common things.
It's fine.
Her
It's
and
fine.
Rain, I'm expecting to get blown off, but it didn't happen.
Well, and the truth is that as a hunter, you have so many tools in your tool belt that if you don't know, usually you have something you can do to get yourself out of trouble, right?
Yeah. No, it's a 2-minute cold. 2-minute.
Well, that's a valuable
All right,
thing.
quick bet.
I
I die
Who dies in
every
this hallway?
time, and then Answeller always gets mad at
As
me.
Sarah is currently saying, you would always call her out for dying in this.
I'm gonna say Az. Well, no, Az has. This is tricky because most of these ladies are Night Fae. They're just gonna zip right through it. So Scrap's a possibility. Sarah's a possibility.
Why?
There. Oh, see, Az went down. Az went down.
Then I was right.
Yeah, you
that's
were.
who I would have voted for. Was Az.
All right. I owe you a rune.
Yeah.
It's strange because honestly, there's so much time that they're wasting
can you
here.
get me up?
That Scrap just waited, I guess, to eat something.
I got you. I got you both.
Oh my god.
All right, they're rezzing to another Mighty dropped as well.
This is embarrassing.
Oh goodness, it's not a good look. Luckily they're in the lead, but still not a good look.
Okay, just let me eat and we're good.
She's
Yeah, I gotta
just
go
run.
too
She's
here.
no. She's
just.
Now
I
she's just
hate
running
this
circles.
part. This is the part that
You
stresses
never
me
know
out
with
the
her.
most every
I'm
time.
so lucky because as a tank, I can just fucking do whatever. Like I
Auntie's group
can
is
just
on the
fucking
trash
get
tank
hit
before
by so many cards.
before the hall. So as long as they can get through it with no issues right there, that's a good chance to catch up.
Yeah.
But
No, we're just
At
we're
this
gonna
point-
pull them
rebuff
off.
us.
all we need
If you
to
want to
see
just go ahead and rebuff all
is
of us, that'd be
last
great.
week the dragon got pulled and it ruined everything.
Get
Well,
that
and that
It
was
running last week.
that was on a
Will that
fortified
happen
pull,
again this
right?
week?
That was on a fortified
was.
pull.
We
So this could be, actually, I
Would it
think the
jump?
route here
Jump.
might even call that you might want to use the dragon this time around. I don't remember off the top of my head, but you might see them pulled this week because ultimately there's no like bolstering, which will increase its health very quickly, especially with all the little imps or whatever they are around it.
Everybody jump.
You know, this is a good week that you might want to actually just pull that. Although the only thing I think is it doesn't give a lot of percentage, so you may not say it's not worth it.
No. I think the dragon's only 2%, and he has a huge life bar.
Yeah.
Not to mention,
Three,
it's
two,
not
one,
fortified, but it's explosive. If you get explosives at a bad time, that guy fears. The dragon will fear. That's his main ability.
Jump.
So if you strike out and get feared away from the explosives, and there's several, think of a disaster situation here. If they get feared into
We
other
saw it all
packs that
too
they
well
don't
last
see,
week.
yeah, then you're
so
adding that
many.
many explosives, and with the fear timer, dude, it can get nasty.
The Elder Horn.
Jump.
All right. Well, they're handling themselves perfectly
Oh
fine.
my
In fact,
God.
what I love about this is they're coordinating when they jump because of that curse.
Jump.
Right.
Like that is a team coming together and saying we are going
Okay,
to
you
get
should
this
have
right.
it off that you shouldn't need to jump anymore.
It is, and I think at
Not
this
we're
point,
gonna
if I'm
pull
anti
the
or if
like
I'm a
walking
tank,
pack of birds.
I'm running down the hallway.
Battle.
Yeah.
That's the only chance they're gonna have to catch up.
Yeah, no, it
you
seems like we're
put
gonna
somebody.
get prideful.
You would put either
If not,
Haywire
yeah,
or
but
Tridorn. I would
Careful
probably
with
put
the
Tridorn
matriarch.
on explosives duty. As the tank, I'm hitting the one in melee. Everybody else is focusing on the enemies, and I'm making just a non-stop pull down to the very end to the urn. They have the urn available.
That did not get
Just use it
prideful.
now. Blow
Where are
up
these fucking
everything while you
birds?
can and move on.
Can we get this one
I think-
territorial
option they
late
have
week
here.
or
I
I
whatever?
think I just
sitting
saw
right here?
Auntie's route, and I think he's pulling the dragon.
Don't you get
Oh,
like
boy.
the rest of them?
Yeah. But again,
gonna
we
get a
might see
bunch
the girls
of
do the same thing.
Okay,
You know,
this is.
I don't think I've
We're
ever
gonna
seen
get
Anti
trapped in
or
the
Sarah
middle of
Yep,
the
fight
pack.
the
Try to
dragon.
really
I
get
think
us
I
all
gotta
down
say,
together.
I think. Okay, so Auntie, and I'm gonna switch over
I
real quick
believe-
because Auntie just made a mistake in
let's
my
get near the
opinion
end.
because he pulled the little baby.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's stressing out.
Oh,
Right
they're
now.
so far away. Get
He
an
pulled
AMZ
the
if you can.
baby hatchlings, and they have a spell, and I'll go and actually
Oh,
no,
no.
I'll pull it up here in a second.
I'm-
But they have a
I'm-
spell where they essentially just
I'm
cry for help.
dead.
Yeah,
Auntie's
Auntie's
dead.
dead. Yeah.
Fuck.
That's gonna be it.
Oh no.
That's
Bit of an
going to be it.
overpull. I got
Unless
10
they can
seconds
kite
left, if you guys
successfully,
can-
they
No,
don't
we're
have a
gonna
battle
die.
res, and that's something
it.
that this group struggles with. Is there?
Is there a
They-
key
well,
to
hold
making
on,
them
hold
not
on,
squawk?
Oh no, the monk's going down now.
Yeah.
They're
That
dead.
matriarch is not to be pulled. Even on
Yep.
fortified weeks are nasty. The tank, the peck is just it
Yeah.
stacks
Is
up
there
too
an urn
much.
up there?
Don't
Just
care
relax,
how
look at
geared
back.
you are. The damage adds up, and it's just
The
way
critical
too much
part.
for-
Later,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll go and pull it up on the screen real quick. Let me give me 1 second.
I shouldn't be trying to
so
MBT, actually.
the ad that we're
Do
talking
that.
about right here is called a hatchling. Yep, there we go. It has one spell.
Well, then
That's
those
it.
three idiots come in and go,
Frightening
you didn't do
cries.
the exact
All it
MBT
does is
route."
when it goes off, if it successfully goes off, it calls everything within I think 120 yards.
They can do 16
Right.
normally.
And that includes, as we'll pull up here in a second, the matriarch that is right here. That matriarch's off to the side. There's no reason anyone should be able to get to it. But because, here, I'll go and highlight it. This guy right here,
Yeah, you're
there's
never
no
supposed to grab
reason
that
we should
creeper
be talking
area.
about him. This is the only one right here that we
I went the
might
far way. I'm retarded,
experiment
guys. I'm coming.
with, but ultimately you shouldn't have to. But yeah, the route's supposed to be
I
going
went
through
to
this
the
way.
right.
You pick
I'm going
these
all the way
guys
around.
up,
I'm
you
coming.
pick this guy up, and then there's a patrol here. And then you
I
can pick
know.
up these guys if you want, depending if you rather do these
I went to
mobs
the right
over
away
here.
because I was looking at my
But
MBT thing.
these are an
I'm coming. I'll be right
absolute
there.
no. And that's actually a mistake I made a lot. I think
Yeah.
because if I'm willing to bet,
I doubt we're gonna
Auntie
lose by
pulled the
10
MDT
seconds.
routes from probably like 7 or 8 weeks ago. And I'm pretty sure they've taken those off the routes. Right?
I would, because I've been in 15 runs with somebody who has accidentally pulled
Yep.
1 or 2 of those at the very bottom of the hill to the third
Yep.
boss.
Yep.
So
And
when you pull those, if
Oh,
you're
grab
not
me.
tunneling
So
them
these
down
guys right here.
ASAP, you're pulling a room or you're pulling the matriarch.
Yep.
It's
There's-
bad, as we've
there's-
seen. It causes
there's
a white.
one that you can pull, and he's right here. But ultimately, truthfully, is if it's just the one, you can stun it, and it won't get. It's it's got like 2-3 hits worth of health.
We're
You can
coming,
stun
we're
this one
coming,
because
we're
it's
coming.
off by itself, but 3 of them, absolutely not.
Come.
Yeah.
Like you'd have to have so many stuns ready to go, and it's just not worth it.
No.
It's not worth it.
Oh, we actually
So,
killed a lot of
And
shit.
as you've been looking at the leader, I've been checking up on the girl group because they're way ahead.
mhm.
They're at 93%. They are in the final
let's do
hallway.
this.
They are not going to have to worry about pulling anything extra. I don't think so anyway.
Even if they can
So-
pick 1 or 2 up on the side.
Right. So this is going to line up for them very well. It's going to come down
This
to
before?
We have a
What the hell?
matriarch on it, Sarah.
Sarah even being in the
And now
area.
she's
I
asleep.
don't know what to do.
Yeah, and now she's
Me
unsupported.
You just
either.
die?
So
No.
Oh,
She's dead.
dead. Okay.
you love to see it.
Okay,
You
as-
absolutely love to see this.
Okay, just die.
And,
It'll give
she
him. It'll give him
learned
5
her lesson.
seconds to catch up on
Okay.
Team Anti.
How
Yeah. I don't think it'll help long run unless they all die.
I'm
but
just gonna run into
that's just a
stuff.
classic scrap.
Oh no, hold on. There's a
I'm
mistake
gonna,
here. Okay,
go up
so the
here
girls they
and
pulled the hatchling,
just-
didn't stun it, and so the
Nope.
matriarch to the left
You
or
can kill my
whatever
pets, it's
ended up
fine.
pulling.
Okay.
So again,
Sarah
Damn
and
dead,
Az have
finally.
died as well.
Yep. So to go in and put that
why
back
did
on
I,
the
Matrix
screen
like,
here.
here.
you were out line of
MVP
sighting me,
tonight.
and so then I
Like
went
2
on line of
crews.
Yep.
sight you to
So
pull you up, and then
here's
I
the
saw
one
you.
that
was right
yeah,
under
I'm
the
gonna actually
cliff.
clean
I
this off.
shouldn't have called
So
you. That's
this is
my
where the
bad.
girl group is right now. They're
I didn't know
right
what
here.
else to do.
They pulled this group
That's
right
never
here, but
fucking
because
happened
they
to me
didn't interrupt the
before.
hatchling, this group over here was called over and hit them. Now, granted, I think if they were all alive, Scrap was still alive, no chaos, they would have been fine, right?
Yeah.
But the problem
I
is,
agree.
that Scrap was down. They probably were just gonna, oh, don't worry, we'll get you picked up in a second.
Okay. Yep.
That said, I don't think it's gonna be enough to really slow them down. So we're
No,
going-
no. Unless they have another critical
I'm gonna
error
eat my own food
on
here
the
because
third or the
I'm
final
actually at
boss,
this spot.
they're going to be fine.
Question.
It's just
Do you think they've noticed?
looks like they killed the
Oh.
dragon as well.
Yeah,
so
they
that's
did.
I
why
think
they're
they
so ahead.
noticed. We
But that's
did
interesting
fully
to see.
wipe.
But again,
Yeah, I'm
think
just
they're well
wondering,
enough
did they
ahead that
notice?
they
Because
didn't
normally
need
they
that.
peek in
Look,
and then they're
they're
like, so
slowing
what
down. Yeah,
happened?
they're
No,
they're
it's
feeding
yeah,
up.
they're
maybe
gonna
ahead.
take some time to enjoy a nice meal here before they.
Is this
they go in.
gloating? Is that what it
True.
is?
I'm sorry. What was that?
Is this gloating? Do you think they're like, oh, we got
Oh,
time?
yeah.
Guys, I don't think we're
Who
timing this.
cares?
I guarantee you,
We
one
got
of them
10 minutes
has
left, we're
listened
fine.
in and seen where they're at, and
Really?
they are
Yeah.
teasing Auntie at this point because they know he's going to react to this when we
Watch
when we
this
tell him.
side.
Yeah.
Watch the right
Other than
and
that,
left
they're going to clear
side.
this hallway up. Of course, pinning no explosives
Yeah,
go
I'm
off,
backing
but
them up right now.
I think both teams are going to time this. Well, at least Scrap Claw's team is going to time
Jump,
this.
everybody.
So
Yeah,
that'll be
okay.
good for some
Jump,
of the members that
jump,
have Keystone
jump.
Master in the
Ooh, a lot
group.
of explosives there.
Yeah, it's another kind of chip off that because I noticed that when I was running Mythics, my threshold was 10s, 12s, and 13s. I don't know why I picked those numbers. I was always kind of
Okay,
worried that
so
those are when it was
with
starting
this,
to
can
get
you
really
just
hard.
remind
But
us,
after I
like,
started
that's
if we
pretty good.
all
Yeah.
jump in the trap or
yeah,
not?
after
Okay,
I could do
thank
a
you.
13 or 12 or 13, I got more confident to just rush right into 15s.
Yeah.
So hopefully this will help Az and Rain give them the confidence that they need if they want
Get that
to start
explosive.
pushing to the
Yep.
higher tier keys.
Yeah, absolutely.
A free 226 piece of gear every week is not something that you
Yeah,
want to
no, I just wanted to-
Especially as they're raiding Heroic Sire, right? Which in and of itself is
Right.
a challenging fight. And honestly, like, forget 10s, 15s, whatever. 226, the gear in this expansion
Fall asleep.
matters, right? It definitely makes it ramping. I
mean,
think
you're
my
down to it,
mage's
isn't it?
DPS when I was 220 versus 220, 200 versus 220, which I am right now, it's like almost
Okay.
double. It feels like, and that's only
yeah.
a 10% theoretical increase in gear score. So,
Okay, out
definitely
of
you
my
want to be
way.
getting those
Yeah,
those
and
chests
watch
at the end
out
of the
when
week with,
the
226
portals
on it.
are being cast,
Absolutely.
so you can
And
step
if we're
aside.
looking at the girl group here,
That's all it is.
oh, never mind. She jumped just in time.
Yeah.
I thought
Oh,
she was going to
oh.
go to sleep, but she was able to jump right before.
Sorry, she got hit by
That
a
last
she
bit.
got hit by a red slime
Sarah,
of pride.
careful.
Anyways,
Thank you.
Well, it's one thing at a time. You're either going to dodge. She's either going to go to sleep or she's going to get hit by the prideful ball. So she got lucky there, and or unlucky there by
Hey,
getting the
let's
prideful
go.
ball, which
Okay.
is a damage of
8 minutes left, which
I'm
is
doing
I think
hero
enough
here
time
or
for
the
both
last
bosses, no
boss?
problem. But I don't think
Okay.
there's any wiggle room if they want to time this key for either boss, though.
No, and again, this is something that I'm concerned about when we've been talking about the other bosses.
Oh,
We
explosive.
didn't focus on the
Explosive.
final
One
boss,
person.
and
Yeah.
that is going to be a big one.
Oh wow. Okay, so just to reiterate to everyone watching this boss, she's a pretty straightforward tank and spank for the tank. She does
Yeah.
two key things though. You see little white swirls on the ground. It's an odd even kind of thing.
You can
Every
just look
odd
at
one
her
she does,
task
she's only going
bar
to pick
when
one
it's
player.
mostly
And as you
full.
saw, Scrap was the one that was chosen last
Make
time.
sure it's like
On the even sets of them, all 5 players are going to be hit with it, and they all have to jump in one of those.
the
what's
scrap
called the
that does
trampoline.
not work with the delay at all.
So right now this is an odd one, so only one person's going to be selected
I was
here,
in the
and there's
air
5
and you were like,
trampolines for them
"Three."
to jump on. So we'll see who gets chosen.
You're doing
No, you're
extremely
good.
well on this
Yeah,
fight.
it's
They have
Rain.
anything to worry
Rain's
about here.
Rain's
I've
the
got
one that got it. Yeah, I mean they're managing the and the other spell that I was going to bring up is the arc lightning. So she essentially chooses one person. She usually focuses on that
This is
person,
gonna be
but it'll
everyone.
jump to someone who's I think within
Okay,
15 yards.
everyone gets in this one.
Yeah,
And that
just
will
wait for her
stack,
cast
and
to
she
be,
does it every
like,
3 seconds. So if
3/4
it's getting
done.
to 10 stacks, 15 stacks, it crushes usually the
Nice.
healer
Ah.
or range DPS. But even as a melee healer, I remember seeing last time we ran this, I think you were getting hit with 15, 16 stacks. And
Yeah.
even you and Scrap were trying to figure out, how do I
forgot
drop
to
this? I
move.
need to move away.
I
I
ran
need to
away
get
and
out of
bubble.
there.
I had to run away and bubble, which
Yeah.
is not something I ever want to
Rain.
do. I try not to use bubble, even as a paladin, with that
Oh,
being in my
goes the down
arsenal of tricks that I
team.
can
Go.
do.
Oh,
I always
shit.
feel bad using it because what's happened to me before.
Yeah.
I used the
I'm
bubble
gonna
on
take
something I
front
don't want
right
to use
with
it on,
as.
and I immediately
front
do
right.
something stupid on the
Back
next boss, and where bubble can
Back
save.
right.
You
It
want it
causes
for
Hell
Mazzala,
yeah.
Right. So
We got this, guys.
Girl Group
Okay.
got through that fight very well.
Yep,
They're
it's
going to go to
clean.
the final boss, and we'll see how they do on the platforms. That'll be the moment
want me to
where
wait
we'll
So,
know as far as
heroic?
over.
We'll
So
go
we're
on
about to
ahead
go
real
down,
quick
right?
and we'll pull up the platform so we can look at
Everyone
it.
is
So
up
Mazzala
onto the-
takes place in the entirety
yeah,
of
'cause
this
we
area,
need
and
to
you'll
be
start on this
together?
platform right here. Two key things. One, every
have
I think
no
30
idea.
seconds he will do
Is
a
it everyone in the party or
3-phase
is it Rain?
let's call it punch,
I
right?
think you have to do it
He'll
on the
choose the
platform
right side,
before you go
choose the
down.
left side, or
Okay,
choose the
that's
front
fine,
side,
do
and it's
that.
random each time. This is very easy to dodge if you're paying attention, except for some reason people always walk into it after he's throwing it. It still goes, so he'll punch to the right,
Okay.
and
we
they'll
got
still
this.
get hit with it. Okay, but I don't think that'll be a problem for this group. The
I'm
bigger
front
problem here.
right.
Go on.
I think that goes into just the mentality you have that you want to win the fight.
Yep.
Something that
Yeah.
people generally
No
forget
cooldowns.
is at that first point before he's doing those Master of Deaths or before he's doing the first transition, you're doing no damage to him.
Where'd it
So
go?
I don't
Master of
understand.
Death?
It's a DPS thing. You're
Let's
looking
do
at
the
the
front.
meters.
So he's
you
doing
wanna
the
make sure
front.
you're on
He's doing the
top.
front hit right now. Hits the front. We got left now, so you
Doing
can
the
see his
side.
fist got red on his left, and he'll go purple on the right here in a second.
I don't know whether
And
to
usually what a
say
group will
left
do
or
is they'll just call
right.
out left, right, and so everyone knows where to move. Sorry, I interrupted you.
No, you're fine because I'm sure
That's a
that's
good
what Scrap
point.
is doing. She's probably worried to death somebody's going to get hit on this. But what I was saying is that DPS doesn't matter at this point. They need to worry about survival because they're doing nothing. It's not going
Master
to
of
make or
Death in
break
5.
anything until they have the buff that Baswandi is going to put on them after the portals.
Okay, so
The
here's
front.
why. So this is the second phase of the punchings, right? So he's at the front. Oh god, that hurt. That hurt a lot of
left.
people. And what's gonna happen here after this is please get that explosive. And what's gonna happen
Oh,
here now is
God.
he's gonna open
Oh,
4
God,
portals.
Shadow Reality's
Oh,
coming.
And they just
Oh
lost.
no.
Don't die.
No,
All right,
Az
there
is
is,
gonna
there
save
is,
this.
there is.
She saved it.
Can
No,
Scrap,
I'm
but can
good.
Scrap get into a
I
portal
got
quickly
hero
enough?
up.
Yeah, I think
Oh my
she's
god.
okay.
Come on.
Okay,
Good
so
job, good
4
job.
portals open,
Got
take
this.
4
Go
sides
through
of the
it. Oh my
platforms.
god, I just like
Their
leaped
goal is
through
to
it.
kill this
Ah!
little guy right here on each platform, as you can hear them panicking. And when
Oh, for sure.
they kill it, they'll be able to hit the totem that's behind them
I'm
and
not
release
no.
Wamsamdi, who's the Low of Death.
It blinked me through
And
it
he
for a
buffs
second.
them
Oh my
to
god,
essentially
what
have
happened?
20% additional. Oh god, Mighty
Mighty
Midget.
Midget just went down.
Really
So
Now that
that's
being
good.
said, they could still salvage it.
Sorry.
No, that wasn't
Normally,
you.
what
that
you want
was
to do here is
me.
you want to kill all 4 of them in the
Fucked
first
up.
attempt,
Sorry, guys.
because you'll have 80% damage
Yeah, it's all
increase,
good.
and you
We
can
got
burn
this.
through the boss, bring him down to 10% and be done.
I see only 2
I was
that have been
back
killed.
right.
Unless Rain gets hers, they're going to have to go to a second phase.
Oh, I
which
damn it, I
is
almost
going to give
got
Team
over
Anti
him.
a chance to potentially catch up if they
Yeah,
can
they're
phase it.
running right now to the boss. Okay, so here's the big call out.
Do we go through?
They don't
back
know
right,
where the
or should we
totems are
also
right
go
now. I
through
don't
the
see
same
Scrap maybe
portals?
It's all
calling it
gonna
out.
be the
There's
big
2
the
totems that
one
are still
far
up. They
left is
have
gonna be
to
the
manage
same
where
ones.
they
We're all gonna
go
back
in the
left.
next phase, right?
Back left?
So we'll sit here and watch them.
Yeah,
See
so
how it
the
goes.
portals are always oriented.
Yeah,
like,
I'm
directionally.
curious to
It's
see
not
what
the
happens here.
same.
But
So we want to go to the
All right,
platform that's
here's
just to the left of
the
us.
right fist coming through on purple. There it goes, and then it looks like the front. So he's gonna hit the front now. They just need to be out of melee
my
range. And then now they're gonna hit the left.
I got you.
Scrap's
I got you.
gonna
Mighty
be a little
Midget is
close.
down
It
again.
was up on
so
the
that
stairs.
Oh, they
is,
res her
Oh,
again.
God, I'm
Oh,
just
third
all
time.
messed up right
Third time's
now.
a charm.
Good, no
How do they
worries.
have so many battle reses?
It was
I don't know.
it was an imperfect run from the start.
Wow.
It's totally fine.
Yeah, it's all good.
This is a group makeup advantage where the other team does not have a battle res, which is, as you can see, very valuable.
Yes.
But I think they're good. I think
Yes,
they're going to
back
clean this
left.
up just fine.
Oh my
If they
god.
can get the totems right. Oh, watch Scrap
Yeah, me
is
too.
almost in. There's a.
Oh, God.
Oh no!
Oh my
Okay,
god.
the
What
healer
is
went down.
happening?
No, she survived.
Ah,
Okay. Can she get over? Mighty's down for the 3rd time.
Oh my god.
Nope,
I
she's
know.
dead.
Is down.
She's down. Okay. The
It
portal
does
should be
not
coming up
matter.
right here.
As long as they can get the totem
Yeah.
down, it does
Yeah.
not matter.
So do they know where they're going? Though is the question. Doesn't look
Yeah.
like
I'm
it.
just leave me until the end.
Yes, they found the right one.
But I
my
thought there was
husband
2
said
left.
that circle was for her.
Oh, maybe
It
not.
may have just been one. Yeah, I think Rain may have gotten hers down in time.
Oh
Yep,
goodness, this
it's
is
just
close.
whichever. It's the back left one is the closest one.
And that's going to do it.
Let's see. So again, they
That's
they
funny.
usually have more
So it's
time,
just
and
like,
they could kill another
you
totem if
figured
they can
it
get over
out.
there
Yeah, you
quickly,
get
which
it.
usually you can. I don't think there's an easy way to get over there quickly.
No, there's nothing that you can do at this point, so you're just waiting.
I
So
am
I
so
think we're
sorry.
good.
They're
I think the
resing.
group is going to take this.
They res the hunter instead of the healer.
Thanks,
That is.
Reed.
Oh, wow! Look, they have so many reses.
Yeah, how did they? Oh, Scrap Claw has a battle res.
I thought that
she's
they only
an
have so many
engineer.
per tire though.
Right?
I
Uh,
thought
for
they did
timer.
too.
We
I
did.
thought
Well,
they
I mean, we
too,
did
but
wipe
apparently that's not the
twice.
case.
All right.
Yeah,
We're gonna
right.
This should be fine. They should be able to have it here. Then.
Let's swap back and see where Anti's doing. 'cause
Yeah.
that's
You have to
gonna
get
be
him
the
to
fun
10%,
We'll
right?
go ahead
Yeah,
and
we've
let
gotta
them
do
finish it up
3%
real
more
quick though.
damage.
Make sure it's not. Yeah, they have to do 3% more damage.
This should absolutely not
Right?
be a kill because they were able to stack battle rests. So this was.
Well, I got to figure out what happened because I thought there was only like you're allowed 2 or whatever.
Yeah, I did it that time.
Oh my god, can we do this? Oh my god.
We got this.
Oh,
we
they're
got this. We
freaking
have a whole
out.
minute.
They're more than fine. They've got this. They've got
Team
this one.
the Team Anti. Hold on. So Team Anti is doing the second phase right now.
Really?
No,
So they're
Oh
all-
my
they're
God.
down. Okay. Let's
Oh,
switch.
they-
Let's
they
switch
might-
over to Team Anti. No, they got
I
it.
got
But
plenty of battle reses. We have
um,
4 battle reses.
it's not enough for them. I'm afraid. And someone did die. Senior died.
Uh-oh. He's
All right.
He's one of their best hitters, so that's unfortunate.
Why don't we go and jump in the girl group channel and congratulate them, and then you can do your recap and interview the other group, and we'll
Yes,
call
we're
it.
definitely left.
We'll bring the group leaders in with us
Yeah.
to
Oh,
congratulate.
I didn't know
I'm
that
sure they'll
Yes, we're definitely
congratulate
in
each
the
other
front.
with true professionalism, but who knows?
Let's
All right,
go
I'm
on.
jumping into the
Yeah.
vote.
I know. I'm busy.
Ow! it's
Well
okay.
done, girls.
Oh my god.
All right.
How do you,
Should be
how
front
do you
left.
feel
Everybody
about
take a
being
portal
able
load
to
just to
That
make
was
sure.
that was worse.
one-
That was
one
We're going
fight?
front left just to
awful.
make sure.
We did so
Lothian,
bad.
can you heal me up?
That was
Yeah,
not
it's
a
not
good run.
over.
We had
No.
a big
Oh, yeah, it is here.
pulling the
Alright, good.
dragon moment
Lothian, can you
when
heal me up,
Sarah
please?
fucking backed
Thank you.
off a waterfall. And I cannot
let's kill this
wait
thing.
to watch that stream back. I really
Just stand there and
can't
look
wait.
pretty.
Alright, pose.
I
That's
guess
fine.
my question is, me and Frank were talking. At
No,
the,
you'll die
at
if
the
you
end
don't,
there.
so that's good.
Oh god.
Were you not locked to battle res uses?
Yeah,
You
what
seem
was that
mighty
all
get
about?
res
We
3
had
times.
3.
We
and
didn't
then
have
during
any.
during
Well,
the final
every
boss
time
fight,
we
got a
wiped,
fourth
we
one.
wiped completely.
I see
Yeah, I
that,
mean-
but
We
it just
didn't-
seems
So we
ridiculous.
saved all our battle reses for the last encounter.
We had 4 battle reses total.
Yeah,
And so it
yeah,
was
I mean, I
3 for
can.
Mighty Midget and
I don't know
1
if Pickle
for
deserves to
Barney.
be here.
Absolute luck that you guys got through that. That was
I'm
I was
kidding,
sitting there,
just
and
kidding.
when Mighty Midget
What?
and
We got
Az-
it. We got it.
when
Don't
Mighty
worry,
and
we're
Az
good. We got it.
died,
Don't
I
let them
said,
tell you it was luck.
This is where it's over. This is where they're gonna
We're
wipe.
so
No,
good
no,
under
you-
pressure.
Actually, Dad, if we
I
don't
would
fucking
have
know.
fucking lived. I
Once you get the
would've
4th
lived.
totem, he's
Are
pretty
you
much.
kidding me?
Yeah,
I'm
the
so
Tyrannical
So
makes it a
you
little
wouldn't have been
tricky.
able to finish the fight by yourself.
I would have.
So-
I
I
had
love how
to
this
find
isn't balanced for
Shook, I had
Tyrannical, and you have to do a
Buff,
little bit
I
extra
had
damage
Blessing of
after the
Kings.
totems.
I
And
would
by
have killed it.
you on your own would have been able to finish the boss because you
I was
guys took a
alive.
little while. at
And
the
the
very
other
end.
team is
Yeah.
done.
You wouldn't
Can
have
we
been
vote
alive.
for
Oh, we missed the
MVP?
timer too.
We'll do
Yikes.
that later.
And
We'll do
Rain
that
is
later.
MVP.
absolutely MVP.
It's just it's unfortunate to see.
Well, at least we're done
because
early.
That was such a undeserved kill. That was an undeserved kill.
I probably
Oh,
don't think
wow.
Okay. Okay. You hold on. Time out, y'all.
We had that many.
Garen literally said everyone's gonna be a good sport, and then he comes into your channel and trash talks you.
You're just
That's
mad because we weren't your
bullshit.
team.
Yeah.
All right.
Garen, do we have to read the rules?
All right, we're gonna go on ahead and move back into the. We'll pull the 2 leaders, so Scrap and I guess we'll pull Anti if that's all right, and we'll pull you guys into the press box to kind of wind down the final parts.
I won't take credit as a leader though. It was a team effort.
I just,
Well,
I
would
think
you like me to
going
bring
forward,
someone
they
else
can't
into the
have
press
Scrap
box
there.
with you?
It's a huge
Yeah,
disadvantage.
Sarah also.
Okay,
and
cool.
Rain.
Okay,
Or-
Rain,
yeah,
what's
I'm sorry, and then Mighty.
It's the fact she knows all of the
It's
routes
okay.
and exactly what pulls to do.
all right? We'll pull everyone in here. Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna pull everyone in, pull everyone in, pull everyone in, pull everyone in.
Everybody's here. Why is
All right, we're gonna close out the night with an opportunity for Garen to kind of recap everything. So we'll go on ahead and go to the segment of the night, which is oh god, hold on, I'm doing this wrong.
I don't think any of us want to do this.
The Garen is sometimes right segment brought to you by Best Buy. So Garen, go on ahead and kind of recap things for us, and get some feedback from the team leaders.
There's no recap here. This was, as I told the girls during their winning segment, they did not deserve this one.
No.
completely
Okay.
cheated.
I'm gonna interrupt
They
this
could-
because I'm actually annoyed. Because we put 3 people in my group. No, before you guys left, 3 people in my group had not ever timed the other side.
If you would have let me finish rather than going
Like,
on your rant,
this
I
was
was going to
bullshit.
say that.
This
Let me
needs to
speak.
be. I'm
The
just
fact
annoyed at the
is-
format of this.
Okay, the girls did not deserve that win, so you're totally right.
Hey.
Even with your group's lack of experience, the girls had
here's-
several issues. They had 4 battle reses. I'm sorry, that should have not been allowed. They should have been capped on maybe 2 because they did not deserve that final boss kill.
No,
You guys should have came back and won there. But
The
due
problem
to,
with this format you're doing it is you
What
have
was
Scrap.
the time? Can
Like
you
the problem we
fill us
run
in on what
into is
happened?
Scrap Claw knows the exact layout and the exact
Hey.
pulls they need to do in
You
all of
think
these
Scrap
dungeons.
Claw was in charge of any of that shit?
Sarah
I
had a
just-
route.
I ran that.
Sarah had a route
Good
that
job,
she
Sarah.
downloaded,
Hey.
and we did it. It executed it perfectly. We pulled the dragon like it said on the route.
I
Hey,
jumped
hey,
off
well,
the cliff
how
like it
much
said
did we
on
lose
the
by?
route.
Can you just recap
There.
how much we lost by, please?
Very little, very little. What I was going to say is that you guys had the run until the second boss, and I
Yeah.
had made the comment that was going to be the difference maker, and why I felt bad because your group didn't have quite the experience with that fight.
No, our group is literally trying to explain the boss fights to the group on Tyrannical Week as we're doing them.
That's
Like,
the fun of it. The point
that's
is
not-
the girls.
We need to do a draft in this. These team. This is stupid. The way
Next
you
week
did
we'll do it. Next week we'll do it.
Yeah, we wanted to get our feet wet. We wanted to see how everything played out. I feel like it was a lot of fun. I mean,
We didn't have. Group 2 did not have. I don't think this is fun doing it in separate Discords.
I'm smiling now.
Dora was smiling, but like the fun of this as a group was talking shit to each other, yelling, having
I agree,
fun.
I agree.
Instead of us silently stress the fuck out while we're trying to do this. This was not a
Wait,
fun
you were
thing.
silent that
Auntie.
whole time?
I can say the girl
time.
group was not stressed out at all.
Auntie,
They
I
were wipes. They were just having.
I know
a
exactly how
blast.
you feel, Auntie. Last week, I mean, like, honestly, I was really proud of the team and all that. But going into that last fight, there was definitely people who didn't know all the fights, or the last round, what was that, 13? I think it was the other side too, right?
It was the other
Yeah.
side, yeah.
You know, again, I was frustrated, but at the end of the day, I did have a great time. So I agree with you that next week we need to change things up a little bit, give you guys a chance to build your own teams. Wholeheartedly agree with that.
We're
You know,
bringing girl group again. Are you kidding?
No. We'll mix it up.
Team.
well,
We
and
just
I'm
need
okay
girl
with you guys
group
doing that.
love.
I'm sure that I know Haywire's probably sitting there going, I'm gonna text all my guildies and say we gotta go destroy this team now.
We're gonna get Midge's husband's 20 team together.
We are going, as I've said before, this was very dependent on who actually signed up. So we had to do what we had to do for this run. Looking back, I wouldn't have kept all the girls together, but
I
that's
wouldn't
just
have
how it
come
kind
if
of
it
worked.
wasn't a girl group.
Because
Can-
we're a
I'll be
powerhouse and
honest.
you're threatened?
Can I suggest
No.
something? I would love if like Auntie does a recap of the fight and then Sarah does a recap of the fight because I really want to know what happened when you
No,
guys
that's
wiped and stuff.
that's what we're
still-
doing here.
We
That's
still
what
are
we're
not
doing here.
sure what killed Senor Pickle, but it's okay.
On what the last fight?
I
Yeah,
didn't even know that was an ability.
like just one person explain what happened.
On the
Just like from the
teleport thing?
beginning, like when did you
played
wipe
with us
and,
for how
and
long?
stuff.
Do you know one person talking in
Auntie,
ever?
he's the tank.
One person ever talking?
I'm good.
Honestly, we cruised through most of it, man. It wasn't too bad.
Yeah, you guys had the lead for half of it.
No, it wasn't too
Yeah,
bad, but this
it's just-
shit, like
it's,
when you have
uh,
through like these are like one moment of fucking up or what, like our group didn't know routes as better as the other group and shit like that. It's like you should have split up the girls. Like as much as you could say, all right, Sarah led that group. 4 of the people in that group know the routes like the back of their hand. Meanwhile, the 5 of us are having conversations about
Yeah.
trying to figure out what route we're even doing.
Yeah.
So
Like it's just a mismatch.
honestly,
Hey, I will say as a good sport, good game, girls. Well done. Fuck
Yep.
you all.
Oh yeah, good game.
I would
Had a
say-
great time.
I was gonna say, I just want to put in that this was the first time Rain has ever timed any 12. And
Good job,
also,
Rain.
this is the first time we've done
And
this
Rain was
specific route.
fully MVP.
Yeah, she was fully
Yeah,
MVP.
Rain was MVP.
Yeah,
I
she
think
set
our
up.
time to 12.
look at
Yeah.
the teamwork there.
Yeah,
All right. Well, let's go ahead and let me go ahead and give. Unfortunately, my group, which was led by Auntie, I have this nice little.
oh, are you supposed to be watching the stream right now?
Nice little. You don't have to. But
Okay.
How do I
Nice
see the
little.
stream? How do I see the stream? I'd like to see it.
It's
Yeah,
on
we'll
it's
watch
on
the
Twitch
stream.
right now, and you can watch it post if you want. It'll be saved.
Yeah, I'll watch it post.
Yeah,
Let's see
you
it.
have the nice little honorable mention cup here for the second team, which is will be not really proudly displayed over here for me, but we'll just set it over there. And then of course, the I'm a winner trophy, which I
Oh,
suppose
yeah.
will unfortunately go to the girl group tonight. Girls, if you could send this to somebody,
These are not his
It's-
team.
It's not his team. He's mad.
if you
mad.
could send
Yes,
this
yes.
cup to one person, who would this cup
Rain.
go to?
It would
in
go
your
to
run?
Rain.
All right.
Rain.
I will
Yeah.
set this. All right, I'll set this over here for Rain. So Rain wins. One day we'll mail these out when we're millionaires and you can put them somewhere.
One thing
But-
I would like to suggest is maybe we can open up a fund like that everybody donates a couple bucks to for us to send prizes because like postage
I
on if
agree.
you just send the ribbon like you can send that in a envelope
Yeah.
with a stamp
That's
for like
50
10 cents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll
Okay,
figure it. We'll
well
figure out a
noted.
prize for
We'll
the next
figure it
one.
out.
We'll figure out a
it
prize for
You
the
guys
next
had a
one.
lot of suggestions for our first run.
Can,
Maybe-
can I talk about why Rain is the MVP?
Okay.
Yes, please.
Because she was on her shit with the portals, like helping us get through like all kinds of stuff. Like we skipped
She
the
was on
oil
her shit with the stuns too.
and the stuns. Like she always had the stuns ready to go, and then she battle res 4 times in a row during the last boss with all the craziness.
Can I
We
call
would
out
be
here?
like, hey Rain, can you get this stun? And she'd be like, I am 7 steps ahead of you. I'm getting the stun. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. I'm shutting down a portal.
And I'm pretty sure she also got half the explosives, like 50%
Thanks, Danny.
of them.
Can I call out?
Trial the Crusader.
Can I call out
the
that?
instant damage? I have one ability with 2 charges.
Well,
instant damage.
we had
so
bets
I didn't use any
going.
of the explosives.
We had bets
Okay,
going on
what
the
was that?
portals of who would get killed by the third hallway with the the stuff spraying out of the side of the walls.
You know it was me.
And literally within a second, Garen said "as" and then boom.
As I love you, but it is always you.
It's always you.
All right, so
Yeah.
team captains. Let's have one last final thought. We'll start with the runner-up team, Auntie. One last thought.
He has already left.
Has he?
He's mad.
He
His
is
thought
so,
is that he
he's
hates
so
us.
angry.
Give it
He's
to
so angry.
Tridorn.
All right,
Pass
Tridorn.
it to
One
Tridorn.
last thought.
Yeah, I mean, I feel terrible. I brought this group down, but at the end of the day, I'm happy for the girls. I thought Haywire was going to be our MVP, but I believe he missed a bomb. And
Oh.
Shit.
Haywire.
Very, very disappointed with that. We did pretty well the rest of the time. I think we would have been better without any type of routing or anything. If we just pulled slowly and never wiped, which we wouldn't have, we would have actually probably won.
How many
'cause I think
times did you wipe?
I think we wiped twice in each dungeon, and
Yes.
the Mana Storm wipe really fucked us up because
It's a long walk.
No, it
Yeah,
forced you right
that's a
to it,
run.
but Auntie walked all the way in a circle around.
No.
Oh,
I would say the one death or the one wipe you guys had, which was when you pulled the hatchling. You guys pulled a hatchling, which called all the other birds over.
Yes, that
And
was brutal.
yeah,
that was
so.
brutal. If we had just done a little bit slower and steadier,
Did you
I think it would
notice
have been nice.
in our group we put a skull on
Did
the
you watch
hatchling?
me jump off the cliff?
And listen,
then-
I gotta give real quick. I don't know. Is that correct, Haywire? Is that why we wiped? I think that's why we wiped. Is we missed a bomb, and I mean I could have got the bomb, so I'm not gonna kill him for that. Is that? But I believe that's why we
on
wiped.
Mana Storm, that's what got us.
Yeah.
There was a bomb on the
Besides
other
those
side.
couple, and on the first dungeon, I think we pulled. We're just like, oh, we're gonna pull this big guy, right? And that didn't go so well.
It was a lot closer than you think, because even going into the last boss, the girls had to two times phase 2. You guys only think did one, and had you guys again not had that second wipe, or maybe even just a couple of less stressful pulls, you guys would have had it.
Yeah,
All right.
We also had 2 wipes. I would even say 2.5 wipes because we lost 4 people in the
Yes,
last
you
fight.
did, yeah.
They were just mostly
Yeah, we
the
had a
same
total of
person.
4 deaths on the last boss.
All right. Final words from the winning team, girl group.
Who wants to do it?
Give
it to Rain.
The
Give it to
MVP
Rain.
should
Yeah.
honestly do it.
Team, we love you, Rain. I'm sorry I fell off the cliff. I won't do that next time.
Wait, I want to hear Rain's the MVP. Go on.
Absolutely not. I'm leaving. Bye.
Okay, good games, good games.
All right, y'all. Great job. Garen, if you want, we'll just step off to the side and kind of wrap things up. But great job to the winners, girl group. I guess you guys will be the reigning champ going into next week.
Oh yeah, dude.
Good job, ladies. I'll give it to you. I was disappointed my team lost, but I had a feeling due to how we set up the groups and with the experience factor that somebody was going to get a redemption run this week, as Scrap would like to say, and Frank gets a W this week.
I'm not taking any credit for it.
Me and Midge are 2-time champs now.
Yep.
That's true. That is true.
All right, let's go on and move over real quick. All right, Garen, finish us up for the night. What are your thoughts? How'd it go? Were you happy? Were you unhappy?
I had fun. Obviously, I always want to win, but it is what it is. We knew this week going in with the signups that we didn't know who was going to show until the last minute. A couple people that we had signed up weren't able to make it, and I think they would have potentially made a difference in the runs. So I'm glad people got experience. I'm glad they had fun. I hope they had fun anyway.
Yeah.
And
Auntie's a little upset, but I think he'll come back.
That's Andy. He'll be back. He'll be back.
Cool. Well, it was a lot of fun. I think we all enjoyed it very much. I guess we'll be back probably same time next week, you think?
That is the plan.
Yeah.
And again, if you're interested, if you didn't sign up this week, it's low stress. As you could tell by the girls and everybody except one person on the my team, everybody had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So,
and I got
wanna jump
Technique in
into
the
World of
chat right now
Warcraft?
saying the same thing. He said it was a lot of fun to watch.
Great. if you had fun, if you are somebody that's maybe taking a break from Warcraft or aren't familiar with keys, eventually we're going to get into it where we're doing the lower keys. So it'll be a great chance for you to push your own abilities and kind of jump back into the game.
Yeah, we have I think some ideas for like I think there's one where we're going to do trivia, and if they get it wrong, they get 30 seconds added to their time. And I think we're even going to do like maybe an around the world where they have to do all 8 dungeons as quick as they can, as quick as possible, right? So including travel time.
And we have one of the things I'm looking forward to, at least one of the runs, is we've heard about experience, and we've heard gear, we've heard any potential issue we've already discussed or that we're aware of, and we're going to change that based on a run where there is no route, there's no MDI, there's no you're wearing appropriate item level gear where it's equal. I don't know how we're going to manage that yet. I don't know if that'll be with like crafted sets
We've
or
got
if that'll
time.
be with PvPer.
Yeah.
But it'll be interesting to see, and that will be a run where skill's going to play a factor rather than just pure numbers.
Well, it was a pleasure. I think we both had a great time, and I'm very much looking forward to next week's runs.
Absolutely.
All right,
Thanks
man.
guys for watching, and we hope you're here next week.
Take care, y'all.